Huh?
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found.
Faster than light spaceship of the future.
By direction of the President of the United States, stay in your home.
Is it human or inhuman? Earthly or unearthly?
Born in that swirling inferno of radioactive dust, there is no word to describe them.
We may be witnesses to a biblical prophecy come true.
Why is it that we usually ignore the fourth dimension?
Is this the human race of the future?
You don't feel like podcasting sometimes? Why?
I felt like today was just a long day, man. You know.
Yeah, it's been a long week, man. A lot of crazy shit.
Dude. Yeah, this week has been pretty crazy. We'll talk about that in a bit. This is episode 81.
What's going on, people? It's episode 81 of Aliens on the Border. It is I, your host, Josh,
Yeah.
And it is
and some dudes.
Your other host, Roger.
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 Now, hanging out with us today, we have a return guest, Aaron Suarez. What's up, man?
You did the exact same thing last time.
Yeah,
the
dude.
exact
Did you?
same thing.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he said, oh, hey. And Fred was like, hey, what's going on, guys? And this guy.
Nice.
Yeah,
And the homeboy. What's going on, Frank?
Hey, what's happening?
Frankie Flowers in the building.
Frankie
guys.
Flowers.
For those who don't know.
AKA
No.
the comedy sausage, dude.
AKA.
AKA.
That
the
is-
comedy
Why?
sausage.
Why that nickname?
Just, dude. Look at him.
Thanks, dude.
I don't know. You look like a dude, man. I don't know.
The comedy sausage. I don't get it, but
You know, you're very positive, Josh, and I don't like that shit, dog.
I'm positive.
You're
You
like,
think so?
you're just a guy. You're just a normal guy.
He
Frank.
looks like a normal guy to me.
I shouldn't say this on the record, but that is the one nickname I'm actually warming up to.
The
Comedy sausage?
Like, if I ever had to
Oh,
do like some
and,
fucking
and
stupid
fuck me,
ass-
Frankie Flowers is
Frank-
just too.
Frankie Flowers sounds like some fucking
You sound like some 50s pop fuck.
either that or
Pop
like
fuck?
or like
Yeah.
some fucking discount tarot card reader. Like y'all remember
Discount
fucking
tarot
Walter
card.
Walter Limon?
Walter, yeah, Simon.
It sounds like that guy, but like way lower pay grade. It's like Frankie Flowers.
Mo
Yeah.
fucking Frank.
Motherfucking
Is
Frankie
this on the
Flowers.
Aliens on Border podcast?
Yes.
Yeah,
is
it's on the
streaming
page.
it? So I can.
It's streaming there.
Okay, let's do that.
We're
We're just gonna take
But,
a pause from the podcast to like.
Yeah,
No, I
I
mean,
guess.
I'm still
While you
talking,
guys
but-
do that, some crazy shit, man. So, like, a lot of people got killed in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Jesus
What,
Christ.
how
Yeah.
just going balls deep, dude.
Beautiful
Balls deep,
way.
dude.
Yeah,
When you have three comedians on it, let's talk
Yeah.
about a tragedy.
it was
Is that
like
for
a.
real?
Yeah, it's for
Yeah.
real. You didn't know
Wait,
about that?
what?
No, real shit?
No.
Okay, so, like, some crazy ass white supremacist person pulled up at a mosque and streamed this shit live on the internet, by the way.
Almost
up
like
at a
how we're
mosque.
doing now.
Yeah, like, and just started gunning people down. Apparently had like IEDs planted around cars that didn't go off and shit. Like, bunch of crazy shit in New Zealand, by the way.
Shit.
Yeah, man, shit was fucking crazy.
So this guy, while he was streaming.
Why are
he
you
w-
smiling as you're telling me this?
Yeah, that's a good
Just way
question.
too
Kind of
ex-
creepy.
You know what? I'm actually like laughing or like smiling at like how weird of a fucking start this is. Just
Yeah,
because
it's
like,
very like
because it's just like he
dark,
said, like we've
very
got comedians on here, and the first thing, and I
Hey,
had a
man.
bad fucking day.
in the
and-
face of tragedy, dude. A little bit of comedy never hurt anybody.
Well, not in this case.
Yeah,
man. I
it
don't
was-
see anything. I don't see anything fucking funny.
No, yeah,
about
it's
this.
definitely not funny. It's just fucking crazy, and I don't know. It was just
the
something
cra-
I've been thinking about.
The craziest thing to me
Damn.
was that like when he was gonna start killing people, he said something on the lines of like, "Don't forget to subscribe to PewDiePie."
Yeah.
No, he
Which is, like,
didn't.
the
Yes, he
worst that
did.
He did.
You
Oh
didn't-
shit!
So the
Oh,
video.
Oh, by the way,
So
don't
just so you
fucking
know-
forget.
Just so you know, the way that it started was that this dude was live streaming.
Yeah.
Right. He was live streaming. He was playing like meme music and like the Confederate marching song in the background, dude. And while he was doing that, like he was prepping all the fucking guns. The guns had like writing on them, which I'm not sure what it said. or
Oh, it
what
was
had.
writing. I
had-
thought it
had
was like camos.
symbols. And no, it was writing. There's a point where it's like the video. New Zealand police today reported like I think it was like 1.5 million copies of the video were taken off the internet, right? And people have actually been arrested for distributing them.
Whoa.
Because they've effectively tried to like not suppress it, but one of the things about like mass shootings, especially from New Zealand, the way they handle their reporting, they don't name the shooter, they don't show his face, and they don't do repeated airings of like repeated like coverings of the
Yeah.
whole like thing.
Yeah.
So and because they think that the way it's
That'll
covered,
propagate more
yeah, it's gonna propagate it. And then there actually was a New Zealand like psychologist at one point who had said, I think I forget his fucking name, dude, but he had said at some point, Charlie Brooker or something like that, I don't remember. He said the more you broadcast this stuff and show it out, like you can expect within 40 days another mass shooting because of the way that it's broadcasting that stuff. Fun topics.
Yeah.
Dude, that's-
so.
The
But
whole-
What happened to the guy? Did they catch him?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
arrested.
Did they gun him down?
he was like a
No.
22-year-old or some shit.
Why didn't nobody just shoot him like automatically?
Oh, dude, and then you.
This isn't
Was-
America where it's just like
Yeah, but
guns out at any situation.
There was something that I saw recently on I don't it was a movie. It was something like that. Like it was a guy who went to this island and he shot a bunch of kids that were from like politicians and stuff like that.
Oh,
and
fuck.
he had an agenda too. He had some kind of political agenda himself, and he was just killing kids. And it's based on a true story. And one of those kids survived, and he went to court and testified in front of him. I don't know what the movie was called, but it sounds something similar to what you guys are talking about.
is that on Netflix?
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. I saw it on Netflix.
It sounds vaguely like the premise of it sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why.
He
though.
planned it all, and I guess all the politicians or like the elitists, per se, they send their kids to like this island, and it's a camp, right? And this guy
Like
kind
rich
of
camp or
yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
and this guy dressed like a security guard because they have security guards there. He went and just
Yeah, hold
shot
on.
like about 86
Yeah,
people.
Was this like based on the true story? Because
Yeah.
I remember something like this actually going down. Like the first, this was like the weirdest trip.
Put
of
your
my
mouth
life.
on that mic, my guy.
Put it on the mic.
Yeah.
Right here.
There
Is
you
that good?
go.
All right, my bad, bro. Yeah, I remember first time I ever went to like Disney World with my family. We were waiting in the fucking airport to take off, and they were talking all about that. So like everyone's trying to get psyched. Like, yeah, we're gonna go on this like the most magical place on earth. Just like 86 kids died.
Oh fuck.
We're all
Yeah.
just like, great start to the trip.
Yeah, it was like,
Like,
86
we're really,
like kids, 86 like teenagers.
I
and
think it
kids,
was like somewhere in Australia, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
in
yeah, it was in
Australia. Yeah,
Australia.
yeah.
So that's why you're saying New Zealand. I was like, it was around that area. That's true.
That's pretty crazy. I didn't even know.
Like,
they
the thing
were,
about
like-
this is that like if you're into like conspiracies, which I know you are,
Yeah, but I haven't.
you haven't heard about any of that kind of
Nah,
stuff. Okay,
nah.
so the guy in the
He had a manifesto.
He had
and
a
all that shit. I know
manifesto,
about that.
Yeah.
and he pledged allegiance to U.S. leaders, even though he's not American. He actually
Oh,
went and
fuck.
he was to saying that he really supported Donald Trump and the way that he ran this country. So that
Fuck.
is like, yeah.
The truth of the matter is, they're putting HIV in the food coloring.
yeah.
They're putting HIV in the food coloring, and you guys are drinking it. Cheers! It's the St.
Food
Patty's
coloring
Day.
beer.
Patty's
Green,
Day, we
we're
got this
having
green water,
green
and
water.
I don't want to talk about shootings anymore.
Neither do I.
We can.
I don't.
I
to.
do want to talk about them, but not in that like because I'm
Not in this
not
podcast.
because I'm enthusiastic about them. But
I mean,
shootings are terrible.
That's
yeah,
quite
that
a
was kind of like you
disclaimer.
fired
Yeah.
off pretty fast on that one. So.
Nah.
Yeah.
The
You're
only-
like, so you don't feel like podcasting today? Well, like
A
A lot of
People
people
died.
died
Shootings,
on the
you
other
know.
side of the world.
I know how I'm gonna turn this around.
Yeah.
Mass shooting.
Nah, man. It kind
Uh,
of is the reason why I bring it up is because I'm fucking super disconnected from the news in general, and then like in these past couple of days where I kind of not necessarily tuned into mainstream news, but just like
Just Breitbart.
other people commenting on like shit that's happening in the news. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, this is exactly why I don't. Not just the shooting, but like the whole thing that's going on with Venezuela and all that shit. That
Oh,
was,
yeah.
I was just like, all right, dude. Here
yeah,
you go.
the
another
only
war.
connection I have with news is literally whatever my phone dishes out at me.
Hey.
Like it's just like or whatever fucking noise it makes, and I'm like, oh okay, swipe, don't care.
Yeah.
You know, I'm super disconnected with like politics and all that stuff, man. I just
And you know, I'm the same way, but mostly because I get real fired up real easily. Because I've before, like, I've had a history with like being super critical of politics in general before, like
Mhm.
while I was in fucking college and high school and shit. And after a while, it's just like, well, fuck it. Like, it's not gonna change, so whatever, right? And then I tune back in now, and it's just like further proves the point that I was on.
it's a
originally.
bummer. It's a fucking bummer,
And I was
man.
like, motherfucker.
That's why I watch American Idol and The X Factor because I like to feel things, man. You know, I like,
riveting, you know,
I
just
like the
fucking
stories
real
behind
shit.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
American Idol, man.
My dog
Such a fucking
died.
great show.
Oh, are you watching this season, by the way?
No,
I want
I'm-
to talk about this guy. So
Oh, boy.
it's this guy named Alejandro Aranda, and he's a fucking musical genius. Like he's literally, I think he's gonna win the American Idol. He literally does things with the guitar. He makes lo-fi beats.
Fucking touches.
No.
guitars, dude.
He makes drum patterns and chords at the same time with his guitar, but they're not like regular flamenco kind of thing. You can tell there's some flamenco in it. Anyways, this guy, he literally like he auditioned, and all the judges were just like, we don't,
just
we don't, no,
jizzed?
no, they were like, we don't know what to say to you. Like you're just
Why
great."
are you here?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, you're great.
Take my money.
And dude, Alejandro, if you guys, anyone listening, YouTube Alejandro Aranda and look at his shit. He's super like chill and calm. He says homies for everything. Like he walks in, he's like, hey homies, and thanks
What's up,
homies.
homies?
Thanks,
Immediately
homies."
got my vote.
And he has some weird stuff on YouTube. Like the piano playing is ridiculous. It looks like a simulator, just right. And then it kind of turns into a lo-fi beat, and he mixes it with anime. It's fucking crazy. Like this
That
guy.
sounds dope. That
Yeah.
has my vote already.
Yeah, that he's fucking crazy. So
Does
Alejandro
he
Aranda.
project anime
Go-
in the
look,
background while
eh,
he performs?
matter of fact, look-
'Cause that'll be the only way.
Jamie, go ahead and post it up so people can see.
If
pull
you,
up.
yeah, please. We're looking for a young Jamie in Laredo.
No.
If y'all out there, submit
So-
your resumes.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Other current events going on?
No, that's really what I wanted to talk about was Venezuela and just the whole like. If you don't know, I'll break it down just a little bit
Here we go.
for everyone listening.
We
right?
are the most apt panel to talk about.
Right?
this.
Yeah,
Literally.
100%. Just a fucking,
Super.
Just a bunch of
just a bunch
like,
of guys.
just a bunch of
I
sociologists.
love how
Yeah.
you're like, oh, let's talk about Venezuela, and I'm drinking green beer with a shit that says Irish. I were drunk.
Dude, That's a cool.
Tell
shit.
me about Venezuela.
Nah, but real shit though, like it's just a continuing trend, man, of interventionist wars on behalf of the states, and let's fucking steal some more oil and shit.
See
you
you
know what I
later.
mean? It's a globalist. And I had an interesting conversation with a friend of mine that like I won't name now, but I had an interesting conversation where I was like, bro, like how the fuck are you a Trump supporter when like he's not helping anyone out, bro? Like sure, he might. His argument was, or a lot of other people's arguments are, like he's independent. He has his own money, so he's not bought out by anyone. But the fact of the matter is that he's still like just perpetuating the same bullshit that's been going on over the past like
Yeah.
8 years. So suck my
mean,
fucking cock.
He's in like Russia's pocket for sure. So like that.
Ah,
he's not
I don't know
funded
about
by
that.
anybody.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, bro. Like there hasn't been evidence in the past 2 years,
Okay.
like incriminating. But besides the point. The point is that like the whole Russia thing is kind of like, hey, Russia. But what really happened was like the Democrats rigged it so that Bernie wouldn't win, and they were like, don't pay attention to that. It's Russia's fault. But like, no, motherfucker, like you guys cheated, and because of that, we have Trump
Yeah.
instead of fucking having Bernie Sanders, probably. You know what I mean? But I mean that's. I don't know, bro. Corporate
What the
oligarchy.
fuck are we talking
We're
about?
just killing time until Alex Jones shows up.
Right?
No,
I
called
don't
him up.
like
Here.
honestly. I have nothing to say about the topic because I know zero things about politics or Russia. I know that Donald Trump's a douchebag, but
Yeah.
I don't even know why. I
I-
just don't like him. Like I don't. I
He's
don't
not a
even-
person I would want to have a beer with. I'll tell you
Yeah.
how much.
Oh, there you go. That's a good way to put it, right?
Oh god, that would fucking
Nope.
suck.
No. That,
Unless
like,
he's buying.
he's like the type of guy that you're like,
know,
do you want to make it up? No. It's
I don't
horrible.
think you'd ever be
Yeah.
able
It's
to. You wouldn't be
it's a horrible
able
beer.
to have a drink with him. He doesn't drink.
Or like he'd be the type of
Supposedly.
guy who's like, look at that piece of trim over there. Some type of shit like that.
Look
you
at
know,
that.
like
What?
piece of trim, just fucking talking about some
Oh.
chick at the end of the bar.
Okay.
Look at that hot piece of ass.
I'm gonna grab her pussy. It's
I'll
gonna
go
be
up to her.
tremendous. Okay.
It's gonna be the best time she ever had.
You do it way better than me. I'm not.
I don't even feel like I'm doing it.
I don't have a
I
good
feel-
Trump. I don't have a good Trump.
I don't have a good.
I don't
anything.
think Trump has a good Trump. Have you seen like this like recent like rally that he did, or he tried to impersonate himself, and I don't even know what the fuck.
I just can't take him serious.
He tried to pull a Trump, but he ended up doing like a Gilbert Gottfried type deal. I'm just like, just talk as you.
I cannot take Trump fucking serious. I see him and I'm like, that guy was on NBC, and that's it. That's all I got.
that guy was like, "You're fired."
Yeah.
Like, that was his fucking
That's
thing.
what I know
That's
him
just
for. Yeah, that's
yeah.
the only thing I know him for.
That guy was in Home Alone too.
True shit.
was?
Yeah.
Was he?
He was
yeah,
in the
he was
si-
also a wrestler. He was in a wrestling like.
Yeah,
match at
yeah,
some
dude.
point.
He was in a wrestling. That
Fuck
was,
yeah. You,
that
didn't
was
he
in,
like
like-
body slam some?
I don't
shit?
fucking know what
That,
happened.
that was in the prime of my original wrestling fan day. So like I had periods, like I watched
You
wrestling
did?
for
You
a while.
still have
Yeah,
periods.
still have periods.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
dude. Fuck
menstrual
this
cycle?
thing. Yeah,
What type of pads are you using now?
Is that why your
My
beard's
body-
red?
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, like I used to watch a lot from like the times when I was like 11 till I turned like maybe like 15.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, maybe I won't get laid if people think I like wrestling. So I stopped watching it. And then I was like, no one's going to fuck me regardless. So I started watching it again. But,
Nobody wants none of this comedy sausage.
Damn.
Nope. But yeah, no.
The flowers have spoken.
He was in a.
That's what it is, dude. It's his two personas, man. Comedy sausage when he's like watching wrestling, and then when he has his periods, he's Frankie Flowers.
God damn.
Frankie Flowers.
Dude. Every
I'm
time,
sorry,
Every
dude.
time
Just-
we hit the road, and I get him like on some kind of show, or whatever. I'm like, hey, I got you a spot. They're like, what's his name? And I'm like, Frankie Flowers. He hates that shit, so he's thinking they're gonna call him up like he's getting ready to go on stage. He's psyched up, and he's like, all right. He's waiting for his name, and he's thinking they're Francisco Flores, right? And then he's like, all right. Oh, it's my turn, and then they just announce him. Frankie Flowers, everybody. Frankie Flowers.
Fuck.
And then he's just fucking bummed out, just going on stage. Well, that's not my name.
My name's not Frankie Flowers.
Dude, that's gonna stick with you forever now.
Oh, yeah.
Your fucking comedy special hour or whatever the fuck.
I-
is gonna be
I-
Frankie
fuck
Flowers
dude.
and shit.
What was it?
That's
What's
it,
your
bro.
your? So you have we all have a couple of dates coming up. You've got a tour going on, a full
I
blown
do.
tour.
Well,
Um,
it's not a tour, comedy tour.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
But it is a tour. But it's not.
But it
Yeah.
isn't?
But it's
Yeah.
not.
Why
Yeah.
is it not?
It's called Aaron Suarez. This is not a comedy tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why that name?
You know,
It's just not, dude.
it's,
Oh,
not,
yeah.
it's not a comedy
But
tour.
I mean, it
I mean,
is.
it is,
But it's not.
but it's not.
It's
Yeah.
It's
not.
art.
Huh?
It's art.
Nah, man, it's just.
It's very open to interpretation,
Mhm. Yeah. Honestly, look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The reason I named it that is because I know there's gonna be like bigger comics out there. Like, it's not a tour,
yeah.
So that's why I put okay. It's not a
Beating
comedy
to the
tour,
punch.
but it's a comedy tour.
I thought
Because
you,
it is.
I thought you named it that just so that it would be a disclaimer, like this is not a comedy tour. So just in case nobody fucking laughs, you'll just be like, "Well, this isn't comedy." Like y'all just
No,
pay
I
to
didn't use
watch
it as
me
a safe
talk.
blanket. Well, I kind of did, but for other bigger comics, not really for myself.
This is actually my TED talk.
But yeah, I'm doing.
TED Talks with Aaron Sanchez. Aaron Suarez.
Did
dude.
you call me Aaron Sanchez?
Yeah, I was like, who the
Now
fuck
you know
is
how
Aaron
it
Sanchez?
feels,
dude?
motherfucker.
The Dirty
Aaron
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
That's
my
your
point.
Your
name.
alternate-
You know,
alternate ego.
there's a wrestler here in Laredo called Dirty Sanchez.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, it's clever.
He's here in the flesh.
Is that you, dude?
The Dirty Sanchez.
Yeah, I'm doing like 14 shows, 10 different cities in 4 different states.
When's your
So-
first one?
New
wait,
Braunfels.
oh yeah, actually, yeah. No, actually, the 30th, this month, I'm doing the Improv for the first time.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
doing the Addison Improv in Addison, Texas, obviously. So I'm really, really stoked about that. And then after that, I'm gonna hit the road with these guys for a little bit to New Braunfels, and what else? I'm doing Amarillo with
Amarillo.
this guy, and New Mexico. I'm doing Reno, Nevada. I'm doing a whole bunch of
Ooh.
shit, man. Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
fucking dope.
I
dude.
just booked another date in another casino in Eagle Pass. So, and the Lucky Eagle Casino or whatever.
Lucky Ego.
Yeah.
Kickapoo.
Shout out to Mind Twist Comedy.
Chimera gente en los maquinitas.
Yeah, I never. Have you gone to one of those here in Laredo?
Never. I've never been to the little machines, man.
Yeah, I've heard like young people. Like I've heard young people like that. I can't say where I work, but
Like they talk about that shit.
yeah, they're like, we should go play. Let's go to the match. Let's go to the match and play. And I was
Damn.
like, you're like 18. What
Fuck
are
you talking
talking
about, match?
man?
Yo, but real shit, my girlfriend was just there right now. She was like, hey, I'm at the little machines.
Little machine.
The maquinitas,
That
dude, you
just
know?
sounds it sounds ominous. For a while, I think for like about a week or two, my girlfriend worked there, like handing out change to people
Really?
that were like playing.
I you know how LMT puts up like the police blotter or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Whenever you see one Asian, you keep swiping and there's like 15 because they busted.
They
Like,
fucking run the.
fucking gambling
yeah,
ring and shit.
like
Yeah.
a gambling raid. So you just see one. I'm like, oh, I know this is going. Yep. Yeah.
15
bunch of-
swipes later. All right, we're done
Yeah.
here.
So that place is gone. It's in Patty's Days, guys.
Oh
Cheers.
yeah, water, dude.
Green water.
Green water.
I
Green
don't
water.
have green water.
I
but-
saw. Do you want me to turn it green, dude?
Nah, I'm good.
Faggot.
Hey, you can't say that word.
Dude,
That hurts my
Today,
feelings.
I was watching
Bring that fucking word back.
I was with a couple of friends today and we were hanging out. We were watching some stuff on
Bunch of faggots.
YouTube. And we were watching the Fighter and the Kid, the Crystalia episode with Will Sasso.
The
There was
fucking
that-
racist Starbucks or what?
Yeah, dude,
Dude,
exactly.
shit.
Dude,
Love
I
that
thought it
shit.
was hilarious. I thought it was
Yes,
hilarious.
dude,
But like,
it
get
fucking
this. So
is.
like, one of my friends was there,
So,
and while she was like listening to this stuff, there
she
was
so
a
offended.
there was a part that comes up where the guy says something about how like, oh, is
Put
it
on your
wh-
fucking headphones.
why?
I need you wearing them, dude.
What the fuck? I'm checking this thing, making sure it doesn't fucking run out.
Dude,
All right, whatever. So one of my friends was there and listening to this part. There's a part where they say, "Oh, is this like a whites only Starbucks?" Like, and he's like, "No, man, it's just just a lot of white people." It's like, okay, but is it only white people? Well, I mean, he was like, "Will they let somebody with a little more melanin go in to the Starbucks?" And as soon as he said melanin, my friend, who is has more melanin, she stops and she like looks up and she starts paying attention. And me and my other friends were there and we're like cracking up. And then it stops, the episode, like, or the little segment or whatever, like finishes up, whatever, and we were changing it to put some music on. And she's like, "Is that really what they use their talent for? Just to be
just to be funny?
just to be racist?" And I was like, "Oh man." And then it was funny because my other friend was like,
Yes.
"Yo, Dave Chappelle got me to laugh at rapists." And I was just like, "All right, yeah, that's fair."
dude, that. God.
So yeah, that was just something that happened today.
It's context, people.
It was
It's
100%. It doesn't exist.
It's not
anymore, though.
true. That like I mean, people get so offended with like the Crystalia thing. Like your friend, she got a little bit bothered, right? Not I don't want to say offended, but she was kind of like, "What? That's stupid. Like, how are you gonna use that platform for racism?" But the thing is that with Crystalia, or what they were talking about, it was made up. It's imaginary.
Yeah,
it's not even
they
doesn't
go
real.
He
hard
does not have a
improv.
Starbucks
Yeah.
in his fucking house,
Yeah.
people. Like,
Dude,
chill
actually,
the fuck out. Like,
he's a lot better at podcasting than he is at stand up. I think.
I saw
Yeah,
it
was-
corrigible, and I thought it was good.
Delia.
Though.
Oh, Delia.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think so. I don't enjoy his stand up.
I didn't like his most recent one. I'll be honest.
Really, you don't like
Which
Man on
one?
Fire?
Man
I
on
like
Fire?
Incorrigible
Yeah.
a lot more.
Incorrigible was alright.
I like
yeah.
Man on Fire. I actually did. I actually like Man on Fire.
Like, I might need to
I
go back
haven't
and give it
watched it
another
yet.
chance, but like, I was like falling asleep.
Yeah, especially because he puts on like a different character while he's up there. So I think that's that. But that part where he says he's like, "What? I mean, what is it like a manor?" And he's like, well, "What do you mean?" He goes, "How many rooms do you have at your place?" And he's just like, I don't know. And he's like, "Let me you know what? You don't know how many rooms you get. Let me tell you what. Look, I'll get back to you on that." Let's get the fuck out of here, dude.
He always comes on and fucking. They have a good chemistry. I love when Chris is on. Also, the other one, you know how they have like a belt? They're competing for a belt or whatever.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Theo.
Santino.
Oh,
Oh,
Chico,
yeah. You saw him,
Tito
right?
Santino.
Yeah, I saw him do stand up. His stand up's not what I expected, to be honest with you. He's funny, but he kind of just goes on a whim. Like, he has a couple of things that he works on, but after that he just talks to the crowd like, "What do you want to know?" Yeah, well, all right. And he just fucking keeps going. He's fucking hilarious in that sense. But I like the chemistry. I like that everyone fucks with Brian. Everyone fucks with Brian Cameron.
Everyone
I'm
like
like-
disrespects his ass like hard.
I've been listening to like a
Fucking
10-minute podcast, and I
Oh,
relate
fuck yeah.
to Brian.
Bring
so
it
much.
back. Bring it back.
I relate to Brian. 'Cause I feel like I'm like the Brian of the boys. Like, I'm just. The
Oh
one
yeah,
that's
yeah.
gonna
We're
get
the
fucked
boys
with.
TM, by the way, which is completely ironic. We're doing
Gay
it
as fuck.
ironically, but I mean,
I think it
it's a
started
big old
but
ironic, but now
circle
it's
jerk.
something
starting
that we
to stick.
do.
Yeah, I think it's starting to stick.
It's a real thing.
The boys, but
Last-
like DABOIAZ or
No,
is
don't
S?
be a dick.
Last time,
Is that like
It's just the boys and then a TM at the end of it.
yeah, because we were
totally manly or what?
It was just like we started like
Hey. traveling
traveling together, and when we were like
Blowing
heading
each
out
other.
on the road again, And whenever that happens every time, dude. And
What, the blowing? Or
no, just that. No, that's we don't talk about that.
That's none of your business.
was turbos.
What we do in the backseat of my Jetta stays in the Jetta.
We hit a deer.
We hit a deer.
He hit a deer.
He
Well,
hit a
you were
deer.
telling me about this
He
shit.
hit a
Tell me the
deer.
story. What happened?
I did not.
Dude.
A deer
You
hit
fucking
my car.
murderer.
No, it was funny because we were.
It was not funny. It was actually really fucked up.
Well,
Was it
at the
scary?
time we were just like, we're sorry about it, Francisco. And then inside we were like, he hit a fucking deer,
Dude, yo, I remember. So like, I was in the back seat and I was chilling, listening to music, drinking a beer.
Oh, god damn it, Roger.
Is that code for like
Water.
blowing
It's-
I was drinking water.
I always get the front seat.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Drinking water, and while that was happening, I just feel like I hear, oh shit. Fucking the force of the brake, and then I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so like
just
I
flew out the
slid
window.
forward and like hit fucking Francisco's seat, and then I dropped my shit, and it was just like, whatever, right? So then we all get out of the car to go see what was going on, and what was so fucked up, dude, was that like these guys were both checking because like the deer took out one of his headlights.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I want to say this part. So I saw this shit on in slow motion because I was in the front seat, and I was the one that was like, oh shit, and I just saw the deer like, this is the end, beautiful, clink, and then we're like, oh fuck, and we pull over, right, and Roger was like, I gotta take a piss.
That's
And I was
not
like,
what the fuck.
All right, man.
That's
That'd
not
be
what
bad.
happened.
You did take a piss.
I
though.
did, but
oh,
it
and
was
Sarah was
afterwards.
with us. Sarah
Yeah,
was with
Sarah
us.
was there.
Sarah Garza was with us too. So we were checking the thing or whatever, and then I don't know who said, "Do you think it's dead?" And then
No, dude, it's because like I was looking over it, and then I was like, you like, hey man, I don't think it's dead.
and then a big fucking trunk passes by, and you just hear clunk clunk. I was like,
Now it is.
Now it is.
Double tap.
Now
Yo,
it is.
it made the worst sound, dude.
It was clank clank.
No, but like the sound of the deer, because you could hear it. We're like, "Arr!" I was like, oh shit, no. And yeah, dude, good times.
Yeah, and then Roger. was
Where
like,
were you
"Oh,
all driving back from?
Corpus.
Yeah,
Corpus.
Corpus.
Oh,
It was
okay.
super foggy too. So
Oh yeah.
I hate driving back to Corpus now because every time we drive back, actually the last time we drove back, I drove back alone with Roger and he was asleep.
Dude,
And I'm
this
just
kid gets so
driving by
he gets
myself.
so fucking pissed off at me because like, dude, we had just finished doing what was it? We drove back from
Dude,
Corpus.
you should know that fat people sleep on the road.
Hey,
that's what they do.
First off,
Oh, what's up, man?
Suck my dick. Second,
Ah,
dude,
come
when we were there, like we had just gotten back when we hit the deer. It was on the way back from the exchange,
Yeah.
right? And then the other time was when we were on the way back from Port Aransas and Bella
And-
Luna, right?
yeah,
From
we did
Billy
two-
Joe's Craft House.
You always say it like
that
that.
place, dude.
No, I love Billy Joe's, man. I love Billy Joe's.
You got laughs there.
It was.
I'm still bitter.
You know what? Can we talk about that for a bit?
Hold on,
have,
hold
we,
on.
have we talked
Hold-
about it
hold on.
before?
You told me about it the last time.
I
I don't
just
remember
want-
if we were on air.
I don't
or
know
not.
if we
I
were
just
on
want
air
to talk
either.
about the fact that you were asleep in
Oh,
my
right.
passenger seat and I was driving back. And I know this is a stupid way to think about it, but it was like 2 a.m. and I'm slightly delirious because I haven't slept. And we're driving. I'm driving by myself basically, and there's just like deer lining up the whole.
Oh yeah, dude.
fucking road
Oh,
on the way
Dude,
back.
so then
And I'm just like, these
Let's get this
fuckers-
motherfucker.
This
These
is the
fuckers
end.
know. It's like, I'm like, they know.
Dude,
Hello,
on the way-
darkness, my old friend.
on the
Just
way
like,
back,
this is the guy that killed Charlie.
dude, I was was
Get his ass.
I remember like waking up.
for
I remember
Narnia.
waking up and I was just like, oh shit, man, like, yo, that was good, man. What's up? We good? Like we were still on the road and shit. And he was like, yeah, man, we're like
Just
half an hour
white
out.
knuckling the fucking
And then
steering wheel.
It's just,
Yeah,
we're good, dude. Trust me, we're good. And I was like, all right, cool. And I just like he's like, you're not going to go back to sleep, are you? And I was like, I'm good, dude. And then so we were there like just walking the whole way, and I've been driving the whole way, and then it was foggy as shit. And then he tells me, he's like, dude, the entire fucking way over here, there's been like deer just chilling on the side of the road, dude, like waiting.
I've been going 10 miles per hour, dude.
Dude, no.
Like
I
we're still in
drive
the city
so-
limits, dude.
I drive so slow on the way back from Corpus now. Like we should have made the travel back in like maybe like a half hour less than we did.
Yeah.
But I'm going like so much under the speed limit because I'm like, I don't trust these idiots to not run away from a car.
Well, because that's what
Dude,
what
you're
happened.
supposed to
That-
turn your headlights off. No,
Well, dude, I was
fucking
about to say,
play,
what
nobody
the
do it.
fuck?
So they can cross the street, you know?
No, that protects the headlights, so when you hit it, it doesn't go out. Dude.
Yeah.
Hey, Francisco, here's a thought. get better lights.
Yeah, there's one.
Get a truck.
Drive better, dude.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, but I never go to sleep on the road, right? Every time we hit the road,
No,
like, I've
you-
never
you
gone to
stay
sleep.
awake.
It's only
Yeah, if you're gonna fucking rock the passenger seat, you better not be a cock and fall asleep.
Yo, I was tired
That
as
rhyme.
fuck. And not only that, I was extremely discouraged from the shitty time that we had at Billy Joe's. And I was just like, man, I'm gonna listen to some music and I'm gonna fucking pass out. And he was like, all right, dude, go for it. And I knew he was gonna be pissed though. That's why I told him afterwards. I was just like, yeah, man,
This is who
you
you
give
want
him no
as part
choice.
of
Like,
the
is it cool
boys.
if I go to sleep? Why fucking guess? You're
Yeah.
asking, right?
Yeah, right. Like, hey, dude.
That's
I'm
actually
sorry.
closer to how it went
Hey, you know
down.
what? Like I was tapped out of cash. If not, I would have gotten a fucking Red Bull and the whole way, dude.
If not, I would have gone to
I
Red
would've
Bull
been-
and gone to sleep.
No.
Passed out.
I would have gotten a Red Bull, dude, and I would have hung out of the side of the door, slapping the fucking deer on the side of the road, dude. That's what I've been fucking doing. Get the fuck out of here. Oh shit.
Hey,
Hey, whoa,
Hey. Hey, guy.
whoa.
You need me to talk to you?
Yeah, we're podcasting.
yo,
here.
someone
Whoa.
says, tell a story about the faceless man.
Oh,
The faceless man.
We've actually said that before on the spooky
Oh,
time,
but that's
the,
towards
the
359 though.
bitches on the board. I mean, the what was it?
The bitches on the border.
Fear on the
Fear on the frontera.
Fear on the frontera. That was
Yeah,
the one.
yeah.
Faceless man was when we were on the way to.
Oh yeah, we were driving. You were saying all these scary stories.
Yeah.
So
Like-
check it. Like this was crazy because I heard this story from a relative of mine, and then he told me a similar story, like completely
Yeah.
unrelated at a different day, and I was like, "That's crazy, same story."
Mhm.
But tell yours, and then I'll.
All right, so
Hey, can you pass me a beer before you do that?
yeah,
and
absolutely.
me, dude, please.
What?
It's
Well,
fun.
yeah,
I
Good
mean-
for you, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Good for you, dude.
Thanks for supplying.
Ooh.
I'm down for a free tail. I'll have some, quality beer. Boop. Boop. Don't be a dick, dude. Oh, hey, so for the record, I tried a fucking honey cider, and I decided I'm not going to call Roger a pussy for liking cider anymore. Because it was good.
You want a
Yeah.
free tail?
Yeah, I'm done.
Speaking of
Stuffed it.
Freetail actually has some badass shows. They're called Hoppy Endings.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
With
you,
Tori. Yeah. Before it was Tori. There's this comic. I don't know if she does comedy anymore, but Abby Bennis. She used to have a Freetail comedy, and I used to host that shit every time. It's a good little spot, man. Cool people. Cool staff.
Steve's got a point. He said we need to talk about the Billy Joe's thing, and I do want to talk about it. Is that shit still turning green?
No,
I don't know, dude. It
drops.
just
You added
came like
two more-
that,
You
dude.
had two more drops.
Just fucking
Oh.
turn into the Hulk, you know?
All right, so we went to Billy
Billy
Joe's.
Joe's.
Billy Joe's Craft House.
And I murder.
All right, so leave that.
We'll get to
We'll
that.
get to that. All
You
right.
guys go
So
ahead.
we had gone there, and when we were at Billy Joe's, the first things first. So for those of you who don't know, Billy Joe's is a
Crab
craft
shack.
house. It's
Oh,
a crab shack. Billy Joe's Crab Shack. It's a craft house. It's at Port Aransas.
Pause real quick. This is fucking good beer.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So Billy Joe's Craft House, when we were on our way there, we were kind of expecting already because the other comedians had already told us that it was a strange place to perform, right? But they give you a bar tab and you get paid. And honestly, I would have done it just for the bar tab. So we got over there, and we the moment that we get there, there's these like three people sitting outside. And they're this one fucking huge, hefty dude with a fucking big ass beard. That's fucking Billy Joe. That's the Billy Joe, right? And then like his waiter and like some other chick that was there. That just
He
sitting
looked like
at
he's
the
supposed
bar.
to say, "Back where you're from."
Yeah,
boy."
yeah.
Like,
We don't
We're
take kindly
back,
to
we
your-
don't let you kind of. Yeah, so it was something like that. He was like, "Hey, whoa!" And anyway, so
you're the wrong brown.
so we get into the place and we see the setup, and it looks like just like a place that you perform at, whatever, right? Like I'm used to fucking performing on like pallets and shit, so it's whatever.
Shout out to Laredo Funny though.
no,
It's a-
that's not a dig at anybody. It's not a dig at anybody.
Damn.
It's not a dig at anyone. So anyway, so we get there. I sit down and I'm and I'm waiting there for who was with us? Oh, Kevin. Kevin was
Laredo?
with us. Yeah, Laredo.
Oh, real shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Laredo.
went to go take pictures and shit. And
Wearing his best yeehaw fucking look with the hat and the Levi's fucking denim jacket.
He looked like a retarded Johnny Depp.
God damn.
Hey, shout out to Laredo. What's up, dude?
he's actually watching right now.
Oh
so.
shit!
Oh, is it
Wait.
really?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Kay?
Shout out Kevin. Anyway, so we get there
Great
to
photos, man.
we get there to Billy Joe's, and The first thing that happened was we were sitting down. We had ordered some fucking food. Everything was cool. We were chilling. Somebody had asked for water, right?
I asked for a water.
Can I get a water?
Francisco asked for water,
Oh,
of
that's
course.
great. Yeah,
and
I like this shit.
and so I was there, and like they never brought him the water, dude. So like at one point, I was this guy. He's not gonna fucking ask. He doesn't want to fucking ask. So I turn around and I look at the bartender. I'm just like, hey man, my friend asked for a glass of water, and the guy just with like the coldest fucking stare stays looking at me. He's just like, he lifts the glass of water and puts it back down. Like, hey, shut
right
the fuck
here.
up, right? Hey,
It's right here.
And this guy, Aaron's like, oh hey man, he did say he just told you to shut the fuck up, dude. And and then the lady who was there, like just an old lady that was sitting at the bar or whatever, she's like, that's a big old glass of shut the fuck up. And I'm just sitting there like, oh fuck, all right, dude, I'm gonna stay quiet for the rest of this day. So we're waiting for the host to get there, but as the place is filling up, because at first when we got there, maybe like an hour away from showtime, people start filling the fucking place up, dude. And everybody that gets there is like this. Every subsequent person is just whiter and older. Every person that's
Did you guys
Like,
fucking practice
holy
that
shit.
shit or what the fuck?
No,
Wider and
Were you
older.
guys prepared to tell this story
Right?
together?
Right.
No, but
we've told it before. So
multiple times.
so these
So you guys are the new hosts? Or?
yeah, dude. So
My bad.
so then we end up like
just
as we're getting to that point, you know, where I'm just thinking like, dude, I don't have any fucking material for any of these people, dude. Like this, my jokes are gonna fall flat.
You ever having a nice day, then you see some Browns? Yeah, man, that shit happens all the time where I'm from.
You ever been at a craft house and these fucking Mexicans show up? And so, anyway,
Start drinking all
Don't
the
you
beer.
hate it when your grandchildren never call?
dude. And so, like, that's what we had
Shit
talked
like that.
it was just like, oh man, I wasn't prepared for it at all. So we get up, dude. And Francisco, you want to tell this part, dude? Because it was during yours that lady showed that lady started complaining.
She flashed the
Oh no,
old
it
titty
was
or what?
during Joseph while he was Joseph.
Well, before we talk about my set, I want to talk about the moment that scared me the most is that it's all these white people, right? All these old white people. And the host, Joseph, goes up and he's kind of eating it, right? Like no one's giving a fuck about what he's saying until finally he decides to get to like the root of all things Texan. And he just goes, "Who here owns guns?" The whole crowd just goes, "Fuck yeah!
I got my gun right here, bro.
And I'm just here
Just
like,
fucking
ah,
pop, 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 pop.
I'm like, oh,
You're a Papa
fuck.
Desk Pop. Fucking the other guys, huh?
I fucking love that movie, dude.
Yeah.
But
I love that place. Let me
I-
tell you.
Oh, okay. Well, continue, dude.
so he like I'm scared shitless now because I know everyone there is fucking strapped, right? And I go up first. Well, the host goes up, then I go, and I start doing my set, and I try to make a joke. I thought, like, oh, everyone says.
Hey,
it's
they're
just
telling
like
me
a-
that you sound really low.
Yeah.
I sound really low, so
I already,
Yeah,
I already
closer.
picked this up a little bit.
That's for the headphones.
Yeah, it's just for the headphones.
All right, okay, so I'm gonna be.
Try picking it
Oh.
up. a
Yeah,
little
like
bit.
right there, you're good.
I'm gonna be up here. All right,
Right
cool.
there, you're
You wanna
perfect.
do
All
it,
right,
like-
okay.
I already gave him some.
Oh,
volume.
You fucking go like this in karaoke.
I
But you
don't
can't
get
do
that
that
close,
with
I
guys.
thought you did
fucking-
your comedy sets like this, dude.
Um,
I don't know.
Hey,
personal
everybody.
preference. So I'm doing my set. I'm
Alright, so
doing
now I got it.
I'm doing my fucking
Keep
thing.
doing it.
And I decided to try to make a joke. I was like, I heard that this was a place full of retirees, but I was hoping it'd be more like Margaritaville type shit. Just like a bunch of Dickies shorts and sandals. But now it just
Get
looks
off the
like
stage.
Fuck
yeah,
you!
It's like now it just looks like a bunch of people that would probably shoot me if they found out what my last name is. And then this fucking guy sitting in the front just goes,
Oh yeah?
"What is it?
You think you're better than me?
What is your last name, boy?" And it's like, "Fuck that."
I was performing,
I
right?
hated that.
I was the last guy to go up.
Of course you were.
I was performing.
How
and,
bad am I doing
Some
here?
lady just goes, build that wall.
That's not what happened.
I swear to God.
It did not happen.
Yes, she
Build
did.
a wall. When?
Well, I was performing, and I was like, build a wall. Like, you live in Port Aransas, lady. You're rich. You built that fucking wall. I literally told her that. Where the fuck were you? Oh yeah, you were just drowning in your own fucking shame.
Fuck you, dude. So like,
Hey,
this guy-
if you didn't see that part,
dude. All right, so I got up on after Francisco left me with a cold fucking crowd, dude. It was, but it's okay because it was
Fuck
I wasn't gonna
off,
do
dude.
shit either
Just
way.
a limp dick. Here
Dude,
you go,
it
bro.
was just a fat.
let's see if you can make it work.
Fat shit. And so I get there and I'm like, all right, dude. And I go up, I do my fucking set, and nobody's paying attention. And it's like at that venue, man, it's like everybody's eating and they're listening to a comedy show. And
They weren't listening to
as
a comedy show.
okay, well, as
Can you turn the microphones down? I'm trying to eat.
yeah, that's pretty much what it was, dude. It was like these guys were like trying to like we were trying to fucking overpower them at that point because you're like talking to the mic like, hey, Megas, everybody listen to me. I do comedy, and it's like you get up there, you do that shit, whatever. I powered through my fucking 10 minutes as much as I fucking could, and then I was just like, "Aight, peace, I'm out," and I got off.
But then I went on stage,
and then Aaron gets on stage,
And,
and he opens
the only
up.
murdering
Actually,
that happened was the
no.
deer on the
It
way
was a
back,
good
dude.
fucking because this guy called it out immediately. He read the fucking crowd. There was a dude there, and again, it was the first time that I was performing for like white people, and I think it was like weird. So,
Non-college age white people.
so we end up getting a he ends up going up. There's that dude who's sitting there's a really mean looking fucking
one
guy.
Mexican in the place,
One fucking
huge,
guy,
big
dude.
Mexican, and he has a beard and he's bald. And then I go up and the first thing I was like, and he's not laughing at anyone. He's just like, I hate this place. And no, not I hate this place. I hate everyone that's on that stage.
Fuck off.
And he was just like that. And I go up there and I was like,
You changed his
honestly,
life.
I was a little scared when I came in, but then I saw this guy and I took off my hat because I'm also bald and I have a beard. And I was like, hermano? And then he was like, all right, that's pretty funny.
You got me.
Yeah. And after I cracked that fucking hard nut, everyone else was just a fucking piece of cake, dude.
Yeah.
I always go for the guys that are like with their arms crossed and they're just like, you try to make me laugh. And I would make those guys laugh and everything else will be a breeze. If you can crack the hardest nuts in the fucking room, you're fucking set.
So Francisco and I were sitting in the back, dude, just like listening to his fucking set. And then there's a crowd of like there's like a table where it's just like the oldest people there are sitting there. There's literally a lady in a wheelchair like sitting at that fucking table.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's like, he tells this fucking joke, which no disrespect. I fucking hate that joke.
No
dude.
disrespect.
No
You're
disrespect.
the one that you fucking got on the applause break on, dude.
Don't say it on the fucking show.
Nah,
but-
don't reveal
Yeah,
anything.
so
Don't.
he goes up, he tells his fucking joke, and it's
Wait, this is Aaron's joke.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
about
All right.
the herpes one.
Yeah, I have a
Hey,
herpes
hey,
joke.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's okay. It's okay.
Whoa.
You can say that. You can
Yeah.
say that. It's a
So
herpes joke.
he goes up and he tells this fucking joke, and he hits the punchline or whatever, and then everybody just starts fucking laughing, dude, and they're all there. And me and Francisco are in the back like,
White power.
fuck off.
There was probably
dude.
one or two
Dude,
in
like,
there.
during that applause break or whatever, I look at Roger and he's going like this to me,
Fuck off,
In the
dude.
background.
and I'm like this. So, anyways, guys, I was
Yeah.
Actually, I think once that happened during your set, I stepped outside.
Now, let
and
me
I-
ask you this,
I
Aaron.
called my girlfriend and I was like, I think I'm gonna quit comedy. I
But,
was like,
you know,
babe,
to
I
be
think
fair-
I'm fucking done.
To be fair,
Was that the first time you got a blowjob from a bunch of old white people, or
it's a
Not
cum
the
job.
first.
like
called
this,
a cum
like this.
job.
Everyone be quiet. No comment.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
What was it? There was a lady who had said something.
Oh, Steve's going crazy with the likes.
Oh, shit.
Fuck
Boy, Steve.
yes, thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, by the way, last night there was a good show.
I fucking
Yeah.
can I describe my experience with that show?
Oh, did you?
I'll
You went
I'll
there, right?
sum it up in 2 seconds, dude.
Okay, go.
I walked in on the last
Horse
fucking
shit.
sentence. I walked in and it was like, so I bought some saran wrap, and everyone laughed. And I was like, what? Yo, Mando and I were both like, fuck. Like,
Of course, dude.
Yeah.
You're like the worst
shit.
person for comedy shows. You always get there, never. You get there,
yeah,
never.
that's how I like to do them. You know, if you're not a fucking big comic, I'm not gonna waste my time. You know.
I love that.
So I
That
bought
sound.
some
I,
saran wrap.
I love that.
Thank you, guys.
that could
Literally, that was my
be
experience,
that could
though.
be either the first sentence or the last sentence of a comedy set.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
you could play
man.
that on a loop and it'll be a never-ending set.
It was
so
good.
I bought some saran wrap and then it keeps going.
It was good, man. It was fun. It's gonna be
I like the fucking
a
spot,
hell of a
man.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, the
well,
spot was
this
fucking
guy's gonna
dope.
fucking start doing open mics there, man.
Dude.
It's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should be fun, man.
Dude, fuck
The
yeah.
setup there is fucking awesome. The crowd there last night was great, dude.
The
a lot
beers
of
are great.
A lot of people fucking excited for a new
There's
venue
fucking
like
food
that.
trucks everywhere. It's like perfect
The-
for
the whole
that
time,
platform.
the whole time I was so fucking pissed that I didn't get any time up that. up
Yeah,
on that
same
fucking
here,
stage,
man.
Yeah,
dude.
it
It would've been
happens.
nice.
Yeah, but whenever you go, you see, it's not so much like seeing comics do good, but seeing a good crowd.
Yeah.
Whenever you see a
Yeah.
good crowd that they're there for comedy, you're like, fuck, I want to get on.
Yo,
Dude, that
can we-
crowd was there. For
Can we
comedy.
They were
talk
fucking
about
there
how
for
much
that, yeah.
Josh fucking killed,
Dude,
dude?
Thanks,
shout out to
dude.
Josh
I've been doing
McCauley.
sets like around. Oh.
Not you, dude.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
no,
I've been working on my.
Shout out to
Fucking
Josh
around.
McCauley, dude.
Josh McCauley,
he
man, he
fucking
did his thing.
My
Killed
fucking
it,
god,
dude.
dude.
Yeah, man.
Josh
Holy
McCauley
shit.
did a thing. He's gonna be actually on Comedy Happy Hour April 11th. So make sure. You
Who
guys
is
check
this
that out.
person?
He's black.
Okay.
Es un black.
Because when I went to the last comedy happy hour when it was cold as tits outside,
Yeah.
That's about most of
there
them.
was one fucking
And
the
I
tall
bought
white
some
dude.
saran wrap.
I got there,
Saran wrap.
and then Aaron was like, "Oh, thank you guys, that's the show." And I was like, "Fuck, not again." Nah, but that tall white guy that was there,
Jacob
he was pretty good.
Jacob
Yarborough.
Yarborough.
Yeah.
He was pretty good. I saw, and I was like, "Fuck, did he do a set that night, like yesterday?"
No,
No,
Oh,
he
he
was
was
there.
there?
He was there to support.
Oh, okay,
But
alright.
he
He was there to support his boo,
yeah,
saran wrap girl.
the Saran Wrap girl.
Saran Wrap.
And yeah, dude. So that venue was fucking awesome. But Josh, dude, I gotta give it up to him. He fucking murdered,
Thanks,
dude.
Yeah, man, that guy keeps getting
I
better and
appreciate
better.
it.
He
Yeah,
keeps getting
and
better.
that his
and better.
Hey, man, when I
His-
put in the hard work, you know what I mean? Fucking spend hours on this shit.
You're headlining soon, bro.
Thanks.
You know what? All that shit talking to you got to do a fucking set, man.
You
At
do,
that
bro.
point-
I'll fucking just go up for 5 minutes and be like, "Hey, so like,
Just go-
I just fucking bought some saran wrap."
So I got this. So I got this podcast. Have you ever had a podcast and you do podcasts?
right,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
But you're
You
so like,
fucking-
you know,
y'all like mass shootings,
dude. You know, you ever been so white that you don't get killed after you just murdered 50 people? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just make it
Oh
so-
shit! I forgot. I got
I'm
an.
sorry.
I got an announcement.
Subscribe to PewDiePie.
I got an announcement.
you just fucking like.
I need to take a piss.
All right, thanks.
all right.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's great.
Thanks,
There
thanks
you
for that
go.
announcement.
Don't step
Are you
any
gonna piss out
fucking
of your
light
dick
bulbs.
though? Or
You piss out of your. He's gonna piss out of his butt.
oh, all right. All right.
Some people do that.
I'm sorry. I
Your
just turned that
girlfriend's
whole thing
watching, by the
into
way.
a fucking.
Out of your butt. Hey, don't scare my roommates, dude.
When you're gonna go take a shit and you have to pee at the same time, do you sit down and pee and then shit, or pee first standing up and then shit?
You gotta stand up and then shit, dude.
We're asking all the real questions.
That's
here.
the really. You're
That's a
getting
good.
nitty-gritty.
Okay, what,
Toilet
real shit,
paper.
real shit, dude. Real shit.
real shit.
Real shit. Tell me.
No comment.
Oh, motherfucker.
Why no comment on that?
Come on,
Look,
dude.
dude. It's all right if you sit down and pee, dude. It's all right.
Yeah, I sit down.
You sit down.
I sit down.
You do
it's
fucking
just-
sit down. It
I
looks like you
feel-
sit down, bro.
I fucking sit down and I'm proud.
It's mainly
All right.
it's like a at work type deal. It's because like when I go to the restaurants at work and I like to sit down for 15 minutes and just browse Reddit.
I can't sit down because
So-
then my dick hits the toilet water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You sitting down in like kitty toilets or you trying to sit down in a urinal or what's up?
Yeah, it is. I
All
mean,
right.
yeah, that's where you do it, don't you? Take
Yeah.
a shit in there sometimes when it's a little.
Have you ever seen
too
someone
crowded.
take a shit in the urinal? I've seen
You
that.
know,
I've actually seen that.
I
not the act of it, but the fucking aftermath.
I've seen the aftermath. Yeah. Shout out South by Southwest.
Kevin just asked another real question. Do you stand up or stay sitting down to wipe?
I feel if you stay sitting down to wipe, you're a fucking degenerate.
What?
Wait
a minute. What do you mean?
If you stand up to wipe, you're fucking. You're
No,
fucking.
I stand
You're
up
liable
to
to
wipe.
pull a fucking New Zealand.
I stand up. If you fucking sit, there's a chance that you might like dip. And like that's just a fear
How
of mine.
you shitting in kitty toilets too, dude, or what's going on, man?
Yeah, bro. You got fucking orangutan arms or some shit I don't know about?
He's hairy like one, dude.
That's where the
All
comparison.
right, put your arms down. Let me see if they reach the floor. Okay, so
He's
his
got
arms
some-
fucking reach the
he's got
floor,
some
guys.
Long ass arms.
Fucking
This was a great idea to do this podcast.
Riveting conversation.
No, but
Riveting
like,
content.
do you seriously stand up?
Yeah, I stand
All right,
up.
all right. Let's not. Let's fucking ask Aaron.
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 Sit down,
Aaron.
dude.
Hey
Hey, Aaron,
Laredo is asking the real questions here.
do you sit down or stand up when you need to wipe?
I sit down at home and in public I stand.
That's
There it is. There it is, guys.
What's the reasoning behind this?
Well, because you don't
It's
want to touch a
comfortable.
toilet seat, I guess.
And there's a comic. I don't want to say a joke, but I mean it's true. Sometimes you sit down and pee and your poop just comes out, man.
We were just talking about that.
That's true, man. It's true, you know. And at home, it's so comfortable to fucking. How is it not comfortable to sit down and take a
I
piss?
fucking hate this.
You don't
If
have to.
this
You
is
don't have
like-
to control your dick. You don't have to hold it.
You just fucking let it rain. You know.
There you
This
go.
was a top 10 aliens on the border
Absolutely.
episodes of
Why not, man?
2019.
Look at all the fucking dude. You guys are welcome, dude. You guys are welcome. Seriously, dude.
If we didn't have
You guys
such
are
a
fucking
fucking big
welcome.
comic like Aaron on this fucking podcast, dude, we would, you know. Thanks, man.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks for your clout.
Thanks, man. Piss is stored in the balls. Oh, is that Kevin?
Fucking Laredo.
Is that weird dog lover?
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna get slammed on here, dudes. You're fucking watching, but like this guy, all he does is share dog memes and talk about being sad.
Oh my god, dude.
Josh is laughing because he works with him. He probably
Yeah.
does it in person too.
When fucking
Yeah.
dog memes are your personality trait.
Dude, fuck. I love you though, Kevin.
sip.
I love Kevin, but like a dog meme.
But I fucking hate that
Dog
guy.
memes. Dog memes are to Kevin what yoga is to white moms. Like that's all they've got.
Wait, what?
What do you mean? Yoga's for white moms now? Fuck, I'm gonna cancel my subscription.
I do yoga.
I know you have a whole bit about it.
Yeah, I do have a bit about it. Y'all want to
But
hear
like,
it?
No.
I remember it's
Stop
like,
doing bits, dude.
bro. It's like I remember when we were at Grimaldi's in San Antonio, and they were like the two white women. That's what they were talking about.
They were like,
Oh, they
"So
were
how are
talking
you-
about yoga.
How are your
Yeah.
chakras feeling today?"
Yo, shout out to Grimaldi's, man.
They're
Best
just they're like,
pizzeria in the
yeah, we're
world.
gonna put all
Dude.
these like $12 toppings on our pizza and drink champagne.
The other day, I was
I'm
at
down.
Aaron's place because we went for his birthday
Oh, yeah.
celebration after. And Aaron gifted me 2 slices of Grimaldi's, which I did not have because I got home very drunk and I forgot that I had them.
Did you put him in the fridge?
Yeah,
Okay.
I had it for breakfast the next day. And I did the thing that you told me to do. That you
Uh-huh.
fucking
Frying pan for a little bit, then the oven.
It's perfect shit, dude. It
Is
was great.
Grimaldi's really like
Grimaldi's
next level?
Bro,
fucking
it's next level.
And if you subscribe like to their website or whatever, every year on your birthday, they'll give you a free 16-inch
And a pizza too.
and a
okay.
pizza.
and a pizza.
Yeah, dude. Side note: Aaron has himself framed in his framed in his apartment, dude.
Hey, dude, if you walk, have you ever seen MTV Cribs? They got their Grammys up and shit like that, dude. I was on the
It's
cover.
not a fucking Grammy though. It's a newspaper clipping.
Wow.
just spray painted gold or some shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like myself, bro.
God damn it, dude.
It
By the
was
way,
fun.
Franny's on my fucking. I have him framed
My-
too in one of the shows.
You know what? The newspaper clipping from when I was on your newspaper article, I was hoping my parents would like frame it up. No, it's under my mattress,
shit,
just
man.
waiting.
I'm sorry, dude.
So
I got you framed up, dog.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Somebody does, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Roger, though, on the other hand, never gonna be on the paper.
Roger has like a fucking altar to like La Santa Muerte, dude, and that's where he has his
If Roger gets
his fucking newspaper
if Roger
clippings,
gets on the
bro.
paper or magazine, it'd be Lesbians Digest. How to make the perfect lesbian haircut.
Real shit.
Yesterday, I was telling someone that Roger looked like if, like
All right, dude. I'm not even egging him on, bro.
like if Roger looked like what's that fucking DJ name? The one
Skrillex,
Skrillex.
Skrilla.
Skrilla.
Skrillex had a transgender. I don't even know how to say it.
You,
I said it yesterday way better. If Skrillex was transgender and she took too much estrogen and got fat.
Yo, Skrill, drop that bass.
Oh, take another cigarette.
And while you're at it, can you brew me?
Ah, la vie.
C'est la vie.
I wish this podcast was in black and white.
I can do that right now, dude.
Nah,
Dude,
dude. Now you're just
fuck
showing
it.
off, dude.
Dude.
they already
I
saw
swear.
the.
I don't know if I can do
They
that,
already
actually.
saw the
In my
green
car,
drains. It's,
I have an Aaron Suarez comedy sticker if you want to put on your.
Oh,
thing.
dude, thanks. I would love it actually.
Yeah.
because I'm just
Fucking
putting a bunch of stickers.
Gets
on
rid
my
of
shit.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
I,
He
I
has it in
made
his car.
I made the mistake of putting an Aaron Suarez sticker on my car.
Motherfucker, dope. I love
I have an Aaron Suarez sticker, and it's on my trash can over there. Actually,
Hey man, thanks.
Real
bro.
shit?
Real shit.
That's probably the most your trash can's ever worth, bro.
I fucking hate this podcast, dude.
Why, dude? What's wrong?
I
What's going on, dude?
I invite people on just to fucking slam me, dude. It's not cool.
Oh, yesterday.
I don't have anything. For
Yo,
you
yesterday
guys.
something fucking funny happened, right? So I was with my homie Mando, who used to be the co-host, but like now he's really busy and shit. So Roger took his place.
Oh, I met the guy replaced.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude.
And it was funny because like
He can't do it no more. So I was like, "Hey, Roger, are you busy?"
no,
I fucking guess.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. And then
I don't know what was I talking about.
something funny.
yeah. So like, when Roger's like, "Hey, I want to have them on. We got some dates. Let's plug the show." And then I was like, "All right, dude, sure." And so we go to the back, and then like we were talking, and he was like, "Who the fuck is that?" Like he had no idea who Roger was.
He didn't know who I was.
No. And I was like,
How?
"That was Roger, dude." Like, what do you mean? And he was like, "Oh, dude, I thought it was just some random guy like trying to get on your fucking show." And I was like, "No, bro, that's Roger, dude."
That's my co-host,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. What's
How
up?
did he not know who I was though?
I mean, you're pretty irrelevant, bro.
Uh,
I don't think he has a lesbian digest.
I think you guys have a good dynamic, or I think you guys get along because both of you have baby teeth.
Yeah.
Get into the heart of the matter.
God damn it, dude. you know what's fucked up is that like Aaron's got all this fucking ammo on like the shit that I'm fucking like insecure about. Yeah, I have baby teeth, dude. I do. I have baby teeth, man.
I do too.
And it's but like,
He does too,
but
though.
like, suck my balls,
Oh
dude.
no,
I
man!
whatever. I'm poor. I don't have teeth insurance, so whatever.
Grade A comeback, dude.
You can go across. I don't think you can get your teeth big. Oh yeah, you can. You can get your teeth bigger. But why do you want to do that?
I think you could just get like a fucking, like one of those.
What'd you do the next time you
giant
saw me
rays?
at these fucking chompers, dog?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
These big Freddie Mercury. Hey guys,
What's happening?
I think they would give you an Oscar for that, dude.
Yeah.
hey man, hey man. That's not cool, dude.
Bro.
He did a great job. Okay.
Yeah. You did a fucking awesome job, dude. I mean, I thought it was a.
You know, I heard that Sasha Cohen they had
Who?
Sasha Cohen Baron
Sasha Baron Cohen?
Sasha
Yeah, there
Baron
you go,
Cohen.
that guy.
All right, well that guy, he was offered the job first, right? But the reason they didn't cast him because he didn't want to do this bullshit make believe story that he wanted to do the real thing, like
You
all
wanted to show like full
orgies.
penetration.
Yeah, he wanted to fuck
No,
a
he
dude
wanted
on
to see all the
camera.
dirty shit that Freddie Mercury did. I mean, he was still great, but I mean, he wanted to show his real fucking life,
Yeah, man.
and that's why he was
Not
like, "I'm not gonna
this-
do this bullshit make believe shit."
I mean,
So-
no, he actually was on it. He wasn't asked to do it. He was actually like,
Oh look!
He did start filming.
Kevin's trying to get at me, dog. Let's see. Aaron's that type of guy who waits until soda goes flat to drink it. LOL.
he is actually.
And
I've
then
witnessed this.
explains as to how he discovered it and relates to comedy.
So Aaron can't read. That's another thing.
So
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
oh yeah, that's a good one, Kevin. Yeah.
Kevin, there's nothing wrong with a flat soda.
So Queen, man, Queen
It's just-
was
it depends on
I mean,
which
it was-
ones.
How does that make sense?
I don't know.
I'm the one drinking, Kevin.
Listen, dude, just share another dog meme.
Oh,
and,
Kevin puts ice in his beer.
Okay, wait a minute. Hey, man. Come on, man.
He puts
Hey,
ice in
attacking his
fuck-
dog memes are one thing. Spreading these types of rumors.
It's not a rumor,
People
bro.
get fucking shot.
I
bro.
saw it with
I've
my
seen
eyes, bro. My
seen
fucking
it.
baby eyes and teeth, dude. Look, so I was at a party and Kevin literally was like, "Does anyone have a glass with ice?" I'm like, "Yeah, do you want some water?" So they, no, it's just a glass with ice. All right, cool. So they gave him a glass with ice. Fucking pours his beer into that shit.
He put no, I
He's
don't.
saying, no, I don't,
He's full
Lord.
of shit.
Yo,
He's
but he
full
put
of
question
shit.
marks though.
He's
Yo,
I
full of
don't?
shit, dude.
yo, you gotta be more convincing than that, Kevin.
Yeah,
you gotta
he's straight up.
stand your fucking ground, boy.
Man, whatever, man.
You didn't,
Ice
you didn't
and
have
beer.
ground to stand on, dude.
What,
I
do you
saw him.
fucking put ice in your ramen too? You one of those?
You one of those guys,
You
man?
think you're better than me?
ice in your ramen? Is that a thing?
Exactly, dude.
What,
Is
like
that a
the
thing?
I've seen people do that. Yeah, ice in the ramen. It's like
Fucking psychopaths, dude.
There's not enough water in this bitch.
it's more like I left it in the microwave for like a minute too long, and now it's too hot for me. So
Kevin wears big hats to hide his shame.
So how do
Kevin
you feel
wears
about?
big hats to hide all those dirty thoughts in his head.
Is this just gonna be like roast the people in the comments out right now?
it's just Kevin's.
Oh, okay.
Kevin wears big hats so no one can see the countdown to his suicide.
Oh shit. God damn.
That's
Kevin, just fucking turn your phone off, dude.
Mental health is a serious issue.
Please don't stop taking pictures of us, Kevin.
You know, I had a suicide joke, and I'll say it here because it didn't work. It never worked.
If it makes me laugh, can you put it back in your shit or what?
Maybe.
Wait,
All
mass shootings are off topic. Like you can't talk about mass
No, I
shootings. Like
wasn't
that
talking
makes you
about
feel
mass-
weird. But
I
you're
said
like, here's
suicide-
a fucking suicide joke.
Well, the thing is, I was
All right,
talking
whatever.
about like how, you know, all my friends, they have kids and they grew, like, you know, they're adults and shit, and we don't hang out no more. Like all my best close friends, right? And it's a true story. We don't. It's very rare when I see them. They all live out of town. They have families. And when I was single, I would go out by myself, like just like a fucking single douchebag. And these guys would never go out with me or whatever. So I would contact them or whatever, and I was like, hey, if you guys, like, you know, you guys keep acting this way, like seriously, I'm not even gonna mention you on the suicide note.
All right, dude, I like it.
Yeah, but no one does. I've said it so many times, and they're
Fuck.
like, no.
I'm
I
not
like
going
that.
to accept it.
I think Raymond Cabrera has the best suicide joke. So
Raymond's-
shout out to Raymond.
Raymond's thing, dude. The whole thing about him.
Hey, let's tell his
swimming-
joke on air so we can fuck it up.
No, I'm not gonna tell his joke on air. I'm just gonna leave it
Okay.
at that. He has like the best suicide joke.
He has a
Raymond?
swimming joke. Fucking funny, dude. I
Shout
love
out
that
to
shit.
Raymond, man.
The spider joke is the one.
I wish he lived in Laredo, dude. I think we'd be
Hey,
better friends.
you know, we fucking took like a giant hard left turn away from the
What?
faceless man.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, Faceless Man. This is pertaining to us
Roger's
traveling.
career. The faceless man.
Fuck, dude.
And then, dude.
Dude, you know what, bro?
No, hey, come on.
Yeah, you're about to get that 3-piece in the soda,
No,
dog.
dude, don't get
Dude.
that flat soda,
No,
dude.
I'm gonna fuck your soda up, dude.
I'm gonna open it 3 days before I give it to you.
So,
Speaking of 3-piece, who's hungry, dude?
no, I'm not.
This-
You eat some green nuggets. I got very quiet.
Because you were telling your
'Cause
face man story.
Did you just say
Oh yeah,
something
the,
amazing?
the Faceless Man, right? So we were. There was one day I, again, like a single depressed piece of shit. Like Aaron was. I was.
Cheers.
I was driving down 59 because I was just having a cigarette and driving in my car, and I was heading down, like out, like headed towards the rest stop area. And as I was doing that, I passed a.
That's where gay dudes go to jerk each
I
other.
wasn't. I wasn't going to jerk anyone off. I was going to get jerked off. Right? So I was going just because like
Just going for the glory holes, dude. Fuck.
I was just going because I was going to drive out there and then drive back and then just like listen to some music, whatever, cruise around. And as I was heading over there, I see like near this area where this fucking sign was at, like right next to a sign, somebody fucking standing there, and it freaked me out because it almost looked like they were waving. And so I slowed down a bit, put on my fucking high beams on, and what I saw was a person standing there, but this is a bad idea. So then I see this like
A solo person.
There was one person,
Mhm.
right,
A
and
people.
had like no fucking face, dude.
Oh, you saw the faceless.
Yeah,
man.
well,
Like,
okay,
holy
so
shit.
it pertains to a different story that also like Josh, one of his friends, who's completely I don't know who the fuck he is. So I was as I was driving, I see that shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I kept driving, and I freaked the fuck out. So I called my friend. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm gonna need you to just stay on the fucking phone with me for a bit because I'm driving back and I'm fucking freaked out because it's dark as shit out there.
Yeah.
And I just saw some dude standing next to a fucking like road sign who had like what it looked like no fucking face. Like it was just, It had like no face, but it looked like it had like big ass like owl eyes.
Like Rorschach or
And
something?
yeah, and that's exactly what we had talked about it. Like, so it, I was just like, all right, no, I U-turned and I was just like going, and I passed the fucking sign and there's nobody there, and I had my high beams on the whole fucking way. And as I'm looking to the left to make sure that nothing's there, I turn back. It's on the other side of the fucking road, like staring like directly at. And I was just like, "What the fuck?" And I freaked out, dude. I was like shaking and shit. Like I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because it was fucking weird. And Vice, who was the one that I called, he was just like, "What, dude? What happened, man? What's going on?" I was like, "I just saw the fucking thing again, dude, on the other side of the fucking road." And he's like, "Dude, just fucking go home." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going." I kept fucking going, dude.
And jerked off first,
dude. What? I ended up like, I didn't see the fucking thing again, dude. And then you tell me the fucking story about your friend, which
not my friend, but
right.
I don't like that
First
guy.
of all, they're not
Check-
my friend.
This is what he told me.
He's my cousin's husband. And so
okay.
he works like oil field type of shit, whatever. And he was driving from, I don't know, whatever. There's like the closest town down 59 coming this way.
Yeah.
And he had a very similar experience to where there was a fucking person in like a trench coat type deal with no face but it was like 5 in the morning or some shit. Now I don't have all the details. So
Eric is asking if I was high when I saw this. I was not high.
Yeah,
No.
I was about to say the
Yo.
same thing. Like, what kind of state of mind were you in though? You said you were depressed already.
Yeah, I wasn't actually like depressed. I was just like I couldn't fucking sleep. And
It's like a
one of the
restless
things
night.
that I, excuse me, one of the things that I used to do was when I couldn't sleep, I'd head out, drive a little bit, listen to some music, and smoke a cigarette, and then I would get like sleepy and come back home.
Okay,
and
so
fall
that's
asleep.
one factor. It's you struggle to sleep, so it's lack of sleep.
Right.
Also, that your brain hasn't.
Well, I wasn't exhausted. I was fully aware. I was in a okay state of mind, I guess. I was just like I couldn't sleep. I had went and I worked out hoping that it would like make me feel tired, but it's
That's the opposite.
I worked out hoping to make me feel tired, but instead it just made me feel like more adrenaline and shit. So it woke me back up, and I drove around, and then I saw that shit, and then it freaked me the fuck out. And I was on the phone with this guy when it happened. And continue yours.
So that was basically it.
All right, cool, man.
No, the guy like saw the fucking faceless person or whatever.
Honestly,
the fuck
though,
on
in
the side
regards
of
to
the road.
your story, anybody
in
with
that
a
same
trench
spot.
coat, regardless of whether they have a face or not, anybody standing on the
Stay
side of the road
away.
with a trench coat,
Pretty
it's
fucking
already
weird.
fucking
Stay
weird.
away, dude.
Like
Yeah,
you're-
that's scary in and of
like-
itself.
like they
I-
just fucking
Yeah, give me one too. I like hearing stories like this because honestly, my whole entire fucking life, I've never not once
Had an experience?
like any kind of supernatural experience ever in my life.
This
I-
house
so
was
that's why-
haunted.
that's
this
why.
house was haunted.
Yeah, I know. You were saying we were saying all those ghost stories on the way over here, and we got off, and it does have a creepy vibe. Well, it's probably because we already instilled in our brains, like, what are we getting into? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But personally, I've never experienced anything supernatural, and I want to. I kind of do. You know what I mean? You haven't either.
No, I've seen some shit.
Oh, but you do acid though.
No, this was a pre-acid though. Like I was still in high school at the time. No, I didn't try psychedelics until I was like 22. So this is like fucking 5-6 years before that. But in the skeptic's defense, I was stoned, but there's a huge difference between being stoned and seeing something and having someone else also see it, right?
Okay.
So here I am telling the story again, and I've told it like fucking 30 times. But anyways,
Well, I haven't heard it.
Welcome to the
alright.
life of a comic, dude.
And
Oh,
this is the
shit,
most
dude.
views you've gotten, dude. So
Oh, dude, fuck,
now they're gonna
thanks.
listen.
Fuck,
now
my,
people are gonna
my
say
dad's
thanks.
watching now.
There's 3 people. Your dad's watching.
Nice.
Hashtag Orale mijo.
Hashtag
Ese mijo.
I'm proud.
Shout out to Frankie Flowers Senior.
God.
Senor. And
Senor,
so
please.
We were at a homie's house, and it was me, my homie Justin, the lead singer from Dos Leones, and another friend of ours, and we were smoking out in his room. Right now, the whole night, like weird shit was happening because nobody else was at the house besides us 3.
Yeah.
And we were in his room upstairs, and we kept hearing like weird shit happening all around. Like we were, his room was upstairs, right? Like I just mentioned. So we would hear like footsteps going up the stairs.
Yeah.
And then like the doorknob to his room, we had the fucking room shut. We were hotboxing, would like jiggle, and we were there like, is this shit really fucking happening? And that kept going on, bro, for like a solid like 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more.
Maybe we should check now.
Yeah, no, but like we were like,
Yo,
I
that
guess.
pizza guy never came.
Right? Nah, but and so like we would hear that, and then we would hear like scampering back down the stairs, and we're like, what the fuck? Like there's nobody here, and we had the window open, and over through his window you could see the neighbor's backyard, right? You can see like their pool house, all that shit.
Yeah.
And you know how there's like that the gap between like the end of his house and then there's like the fucking concrete wall fence, whatever the fuck that separates the other houses.
Yeah.
So we started hearing some shit down there, but he didn't have any dogs or anything at the time. And we were like, what the fuck? He was like, you know what? I'll be right back. I'm going to go get a flashlight. So he gets up from his room, walks like the 10 feet across to go to the door and then go whatever the fuck, find a flashlight. And you can hear the footsteps because the way that the upstairs is made, I guess like it's a carpet over a wooden floor. So you can kind of hear like, dun, 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 right? Like from Justin walking away. And I hear him walking back, and then he stops in front of the door to the room. And he stays there, and nothing happens for like a solid like 5 to 10 seconds. And then he opens the door and like steps in, and he's like, was one of you about to walk out? And we're like on the opposite side of the room, like, no, like we're here, like we're on the opposite side of the room, like we weren't about to walk out. What the fuck? It was like, and he was like, I was about to reach for the knob, but I saw the knob turn, so I thought one of y'all was gonna walk out, so I stepped back, and that's why like I just stopped in front of the door. Excuse me. And so as he's saying this, he's standing in front of the door, and the door is open behind him, right? The fucking door just fucking slams like a mother, like hard, dude, like boom, and we're just like, oh shit. Like I stood up, and the person that was also with us stands up too, and he jumps towards us, and he's like, what the fuck? And we're like, dude, what the fuck was that? Like that was fucking crazy.
This was at his house?
Yeah, this was
and
at
where
his
was
house.
this located at?
This is by Century City, that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, by that area, oh no, Century City is over here by
It's
the
not the end of the story.
South. Okay. No, keep going. I was just trying to figure out in my head.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. And so that happened, and we were like, what the fuck? Like that was fucking crazy. Like, did that just happen, right? So we were pretty all like in shock or like in awe of like what the fuck we just saw. So we keep hearing like the fucking same sounds, and he didn't find a flashlight, so we couldn't check outside. And at one point, I look outside the window, and in the neighbor's yard, there's like a fucking duende, a gnome. Exactly. I know how the fuck this sounds, bro. Trust me. So check this shit out. Though. So
you could have said no, man.
Nah, dude.
You went grandma style.
Duende, my guy. A gnome? Who the fuck is gonna be? Oh no.
Was it Aaron or what?
Nah, dude. Nah, but real shit though. Like, so the neighbor's backyard, they have a pool. Then
You're an asshole.
I don't give a fuck. And so, like, the pool house is close to the fucking fence that's dividing both houses, right?
Yeah.
And so this thing that I'm gonna fucking call.
How did describe the duende? Like,
Okay,
did
so
it
it
have
was-
a pointy hat and shit? Like,
Yes, like no
okay.
bullshit. But the light source was behind him, so like I couldn't see.
You
Like, the
just saw a
features and shit.
silhouette kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so he stepped out, like pretend this is the side of the pool house, this is the entrance, and then it goes this way, right?
Mhm.
So it's like that. He stepped out this way here, and we were like somewhere in this region, and I see him, and I'm like, Justin, what the fuck? Come look at this shit. And he comes, and he sees it, and then we're like, hey, third person, come over here and look at this shit. And they're like, nah, you guys are fucking around. So they never went, and we were there for like a solid like 20, 30 seconds, like, what the fuck is that? And then it just like shimmied back behind like the pool house, and that was it. After that, like nothing else happened, and we were just like, what the fuck? Nah, I don't know.
You can't talk like that about little people, dude. Like, it's not cool, dude.
Nah, dude, this was fucking wild.
Wait, I mean, you kind of gave me goosebumps because I imagine the scenario, man, and just seeing it like walk back. You know, I actually saw one in the corner of my eye, but I was on mushrooms.
Hey,
that
man.
happened.
Expansion of perception.
Some guy put and back to Shark Tank.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Who is
This
that?
guy said this place looks creepy. It's because it is. This is actually the place that we're podcasting from. Is like my little like kind of like the storage area that we have of the place. This is where Lore and Innocent Andrew.
This is where that fucking epic party happened,
Fuck
bro.
yeah, this is where it happened.
Cocaine
Bitches
cowboy.
on the border coming
This is where
soon.
the cocaine cowboys were
Come
convened.
and just
Yeah,
do cocaine.
Nobody's watching anymore, so
cool. But yeah, so that was my
My girlfriend's watching. She supports me, guys.
Yeah,
shout out to Aaron's
nobody's
girlfriend for the
watching.
support.
Hey, Erica, baby, I love you.
Hi, mom.
Nah, but real
Hi,
shit.
Dad.
You didn't say hi to your dad, dude. That's
know, right?
rude.
I just did. He's here. He's out
No,
here.
but real shit, like having experienced psychedelics and knowing like the fucking difference between just being stoned and like tripping out on psychedelics, I can tell you like that was fucking happened. You know what I mean? Like if you've been high, like you've been how fucking like
It's straight edge.
Oh, okay. I mean, whoever has been high, like you're not out there fucking hallucinating. Like you're not gonna see some shit. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. Of course.
So Erica just said that since we're talking about scary stuff here, that the hauntings are going to increase. We actually haven't had anything happen since we got the place blessed. There's been a couple of weird shit that happened here and there, but once
Any updates?
Like
The-
Roger's sex life.
Whoa, hey.
dude,
Whoa.
you fucking. Why don't you turn it on Franny for a bit, dude? Franny hasn't been that.
Because I
active.
always get on the
Franny's like
fucking
this
road,
close to killing
dude.
himself.
Oh,
like
yeah,
you have
fair
a little
enough,
bit more
fair enough.
space.
I do. Yeah, you're right.
I'm at the end of my rope here, dude.
So Erica said, "Love you, babe." LOL.
Shout out to my
Um,
baby. Shout out.
So anyway, speaking about sex life, how's your sex life, Aaron?
It's Lent. It's Lent right now.
Let's see. You gave him sex.
It's Lent. Yeah. Well, she did.
Alright.
Yeah,
shit.
man. It's Lent, so you know you gotta respect the girl, man. It's weird, man. She Lent makes me do without sex. You know, I do weird shit. Like last time, I saw like a pair of underwear of hers, right? And they were like dirty, not like they were dirty, but
They were worn.
She were worn. You know
They
what I
were
mean?
worn, yeah.
So you know what I fucking did? I fucking got them, and I fucking put a load
Oh my god.
of laundry. Like I didn't have nothing to do. Sex is weird, dude. Like I started doing shit like laundry, dude.
Was it a huge load though?
Nah, mid, dude, mid. Yeah, I try to keep up more laundry.
Nice.
I can't do this shit anymore. Fuck.
No, but real shit. No spoopy updates for the house.
No, dude. So like,
Oh, that was so like. I just wanted to zoom in on that moment. Can't do
so no.
I'll do it.
Since so I had a roommate that was living here. The one that she was the one that got she had the most she lived in the most like active room.
Y'all rehearsed that shit?
No, it's just us. That's us.
It's the connection made
It's-
by the baby teeth.
This,
Yeah.
So, fuck off.
BT gang.
Those Kristen Dunst teeth, boy.
So, yeah, dude, hey, dude. Yo, you're lucky nobody's fucking mentioned your fucking Post Malone mustache, dude. It's barely a fucking mustache.
Who gives a shit,
People
dude?
like
It
Post
is-
Malone. No one likes Kristen Dunst.
I made a whole
damn it.
fucking
Who is this?
joke out of it,
Is this
dude. I don't
MJ
give
from
a
the original
shit.
Spider-Man? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Interview
Hey,
with
you
a
would
vampire.
fuck
All right,
dude.
so my
Real shit.
the girl that was living here that would experience the most shit and lived in the most active
Good
room, she moved out, and I moved into her room, which is fucking great because it's spacious as shit and it's awesome. It has its own fucking restroom and shit. I haven't experienced a single fucking thing since I moved in there, dude. So
You haven't experienced a single fuck?
No, well that I have, but like there was this. So I had a friend that was staying
Sorry.
over once, and while she was staying over, she kept telling me like, "Oh no, I'm kind of creeped out because of like all the stuff that you told me and this and that."
That's
And,
how she sounded. She sounded like the doughboy. Hey, I don't know about this place, man. I don't know about this. Oh no, Mr.
Yeah,
Bill. She
so-
sounded like Mr. Bill.
She was
Oh,
just
no.
like, she was like, "Hey,
Oh.
hey, Roger, stop! I'm scared."
You're raping me.
Stop, dude.
You took it there, bro. Like, you said all the wrong words. You're like, no, don't stop.
like,
I'm scared.
no,
What the fuck? Who says that shit?
No, I'm coming.
The implications.
No, so like, I had just gotten a new TV.
Roger
And,
doesn't rape, guys.
Shit.
I've seen his consent forms.
I
What's
Fuck
that
off.
smell?
I had just gotten a new.
I have to get him notarized beforehand.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm sorry.
God damn it, dude.
Dude, we never got through it.
Yeah.
We made it unscary, dude.
So-
Let's go back into the scary.
So I had just gotten a new TV, and I left the fucking box in my room because I had just fucking finished unpacking it and mounting it, whatever the fuck. And the box was just sitting there, right? It was in the like hallway to my room to get into it or whatever. And I had a friend that was over, And while she was like there, I was like, we were falling asleep, and like she was like nudging me, and she was like, "Hey, I don't know if maybe it's just that I'm creeped out because of the shit that you were saying earlier or whatever, but
can you put your pants back on?
Hey. What?
Okay.
Nah, come on. Scary vibes. Duendes.
So she was like, I feel like I just heard something move on that side of the room, and I was just like, you're kind of tripping, but I mean, if you want, I could turn on one of the lamps or something. So I turned on the fucking lamp, and I was just there kicking it, and I started falling back asleep. And as I was falling back asleep, no shit, I hear like something drag across the room, just like, and I was just like, what the fuck? And I stopped and I looked over, and I like, you know, the lamp was on so I could see the fucking box, dude. The box just like slid across the floor on its own, just like, and I was like, oh shit. And then she's like waking up, like, what? I was like, nothing. Like, don't, we're good. Don't worry about it. So I went and I got,
Cool, man. Lying to someone.
I got the
demons in here.
I opened the door, I got the box, and I put it out in the hallway, and then I left it that way, and that was it. Nothing else happened. But that was like the weirdest fucking thing that happened, honestly. Like, which is pretty tame compared to the other stuff that had been going on.
Real shit though.
There was one time, so like my room, like I said, has like its restroom, and like I don't when I shower, I don't leave the door open because like then the whole fucking room gets humid and shit. So I closed the door, and I was there, and I had the shower on. I was getting ready, and as I was like as I was about to like, you know, hop in the shower or whatever, I hear just a slight knock on the door, just, and I was just like, I stayed there for a bit, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I get in the shower, and I started showering or whatever, and I hear it again. I was just like, I kind of stopped for a second, and I turned the fucking the water off just so I could hear, and I was just like, what the fuck was that? Right? So then, as I hear it again, just another like a light knock, just it was a single tap this time, just like, and I opened up the fucking door and I looked, and there's like obviously nobody in my fucking room.
Not even Ghost.
Ghost was there, but he was asleep. Like he was in the he does this thing where whenever he gets on my fucking bed, he buries himself under the covers. He falls asleep there. So he was under the covers and stuff. He wasn't anywhere like that. So I don't know. That was like one thing, but that was about it. Like nothing.
The
really
shit
else.
from before was different.
Oh yeah, the shit from before was hardcore, man. It was like while I was there like sleeping in the fucking room and shit, I'd hear shit right outside my door, like stomping, like legit, like stomping and stopping at my door, and I was just like, what the fuck? But everything else was, you know.
You had paranormal people come in here, right?
Yeah, there was one point where we had some investigators come in.
Super pointless.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There was one point where they had like some scary shit with like they had a fucking spirit box.
Definitely. There's definitely something here. My clicker says that.
There was a spirit box thing that they did, which was like they had this whole weird like fuck, I don't even know how to explain it. It was like a radio, like a little old radio.
Electromagnetic radiation into speech.
I have a spirit box. So.
Do you have a spirit box?
Dude,
I
don't tell me you're balls deep. You're a fucking ghost hunter?
I bought a ghost hunting kit that I never used.
All right,
It
man.
just
Oh, wait, you
gathers
never
dust.
used it. Never
I
mind.
haven't used it yet.
If you're here, make some static.
So what you
If
want?
you're here, play Cardi B.
You bought it to what? Communicate with the dead or what?
I was hoping to.
Yeah, you should do it with your career, dude.
Dude, let's fucking.
Oh,
shit.
That's the push I needed, dude. I'm done tonight.
Broadcasted live, pussy.
Hey, you know what? Like we haven't.
Dude, I'll live stream it.
One of the things that we haven't talked about, because we haven't had Francisco on the show. We've had you on the show, but we were talking a little bit about like your whole like trek into comedy.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about that for a little bit. That way we can get off the spooky shit and get into some real shit.
I was about to kill myself, and is that it?
He's laughing because it's probably true.
No, I mean, I was going through some shit when I started comedy.
Cool.
So,
do you feel like an asshole now, dude?
Nah, man.
I was going through some shit. Not gonna go into a lot of details because it involves another person, and I just kind of wanted to do something that I always wanted to do, and I've always wanted to try stand up. A friend of mine ended up telling me like, "Hey, they're doing open mics at Organic Man. They used to do them there when it was downtown," and I just ended up showing
Is that your
up.
open mic, Aaron?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I ended up showing up. Immediately, this guy started making fun of me because it's like this is a family friendly venue, and I asked like, "Hey man, can I curse?" And this guy's like, "This fucking faggot's asking if I can. You can fucking curse. Don't be a fucking pussy. Just
This is
say
America.
fuck. Just fucking say what you want." I'm like, "All right, dude, I just met you." And
Cool.
I went up and I think I did a really shitty joke about vanity license plates,
To this day.
and that was haven't broken that tradition of making shitty jokes, but that was a weird open mic. If I recall correctly, that was the same week that the homeless dude. We think he was homeless. The homeless dude went up.
Say that guy. Talk about that guy because he's not dead. I found out that. I found that out.
Surprisingly, there was this dude that went up. He walks in. His clothes are tattered as fuck, missing a couple teeth, and he's walking around with a
A
Walmart.
couple's an understatement.
Yeah, he's walking around with a Walmart tote bag, and I just remember 2 jokes of his because I'll never forget them.
One was a physical joke.
And this is opener. He walks up to the mic because he was standing at the entrance of Organic Man, and the mic was set up near the end. So he walks in from the entrance all the way. He takes his time, like he's soaking in the glory of the moment, right?
By the way, this homeless dude has business cards.
What? I'll get to that too.
We'll get there.
So he goes up to the front. He gets behind the mic. He's got his Walmart bag with him, and he just goes up. "You guys like rock and roll?" And everyone's like,
I mean, I guess.
"Yeah, dude."
Sure.
And he pulls a fucking rock out of his bag and rolls it across the floor. And I was like, we're in for a fucking treat. The only other joke I remember him making is when he's just like, this one time I was at a Walmart. When he goes, I was at a Walmart and this guy walks in with a dog. And then he picks up the dog and he just starts swinging it. and everyone's like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" And he's just like, "He's my seeing eye dog, and I'm just trying to take a look around."
That's actually a really good joke. I forgot about that joke.
Steal that shit, dude, please. That's fucking good, dude. Damn.
The only other thing, I remember a few more things about. I remember,
He has his whole set written down, dude.
bro. No, I also remember that's the first time I ever saw Fred trying to roast the crowd, and nobody wanted to fuck with that homeless guy. But he looks at that homeless guy and he's just like, "You look like life's been hitting you pretty fucking hard," or some shit like that. He's just like, "You're like one bad joke away from killing yourself," or something like that. And he's like, this guy's like, "Well, you're not wrong." And
Well, you're spot on.
And at the end of the set, he did have business cards, but he was going around asking every comedian, like, "I think I could be famous. I just need 10 minutes of kick-ass material."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Yeah, dude, okay, write 10 minutes. He's like, "Nah, I need someone to
Crack
write
is
me."
calling.
He's just like, "I need somebody to write me a good 10 minutes because I can't write, but I can perform."
I can't read and I can't
And
write.
yeah, he came up to me and we had a one-on-one, and he was like, "Just write me 10 minutes. I'll pay you. I'll pay you." And I was like,
"The fuck are you gonna pay me in?"
I was like, "Come on, how much, man? Like, what are we talking here?" No, and he was like, "I'll pay you." And I was like, "No, dude, I really don't ghostwrite for people. You know, you can write your own jokes. I mean, I'll give you some taglines if you want, but I'm not gonna write for you." And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go." Oh, he also had a joke because his shoes like had the whole chomper thing. You know, the sole was detaching from the.
We wrote him that joke, and he did it the next week.
Yeah, but those were his real shoes, by the way. He
Yeah.
wasn't wearing them by accident. And I don't know what, like, we were like kind of like laughing at what he was saying, but he was like, "Well, that wasn't supposed to be funny."
But this is what it is, though.
He got all sad about it and shit, and then we never saw him again. And I was like, "I think he died, dude."
You know what else happened that day, though, that was fucking hilarious?
What?
That fucking dude that went up, he was either like stoned as fuck or drunk as fuck, and all he did was just list his regrets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
It was
god,
a young kid, right?
dude.
He was high as fuck. You was like,
it was a young
"Yeah,
kid.
I regret.
No.
yeah,
Like this is
like,
literally
what?"
his set, dude. It was 5 minutes. First of all, every comedian was roasting him because he looked like everyone was calling him Asian because he was high as fuck. So he goes up and he's like, "First of all, I'm not fucking Asian, bro." And that just sets the
I'm
fucking,
not good at math.
yeah. And then he just like the
sorry.
rest of his set is just him going, "Honestly, bro, I should stop drinking." And we're all waiting, like, okay,
Check-
why?
Check this out. So that same homeless guy, we think he's
All
homeless.
right, okay, cool.
That was like what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago,
I've been in the
right?
game 2 years now.
We never saw that guy again. We're like, oh man, I hope he's okay. Like, I hope he didn't kill himself. And not so long ago, where I work, I work for a cell phone company. Let's just put it that way. And a guy walks in with a Walmart tote bag to the fucking store.
Did he
Fucking
start
yes.
swinging his dog around?
Takes out a business cards, and to my employee, I fucking go. My jaw drops. I'm like, and he's like, "Hey, do you like comedy?" Gives her a business card. Do you like rock and roll? Takes out a fucking rock and rolls it in the store, and the girl's like,
Security!
She's so fucking scared. And then he didn't say the dog one. Like, he lost that gem.
That's a
But he was saying other statement. He was like, "Have you ever bitten a person?" And we were like, "All right, we need to call the cops." Like,
You
got
ever
weird.
tasted human flesh?
Long story short, he's alive, guys. He's alive and kicking.
good.
Going to people saying, "Hey, I'm Johnny
Put him-
Extraordinaire" or whatever.
Put him on a comedy
Frankie
happy hour,
Flowers.
dude. Fuck off. Have him open up a comedy happy hour, dude.
Do you guys like comedy?
Get that guy and the Waffle House guy.
I need a pee.
Jesus Christ.
Again?
Yeah, dude, I'm 34, man. Let me do my thing.
Dumb, dude.
It's very
Do it.
professional podcasting.
No, the ratings are gonna go down every time I go pee.
Shut
Yeah,
the
dude.
fuck up, dude. You can stay in the restroom if you want. What?
They don't get much lower than this.
Wait, so I don't want to ignore the fact that this motherfucker has a paranormal hunting kit.
Well, he doesn't use it.
But why did
I-
you buy it initially? Like,
I
what's
bought
your
it-
affiliation to the paranormal?
I bought it initially. I bought it because for a while my girlfriend was living in El Paso, and whenever we would walk around downtown El Paso, they had like this thing for ghost tours, and I think it was like $175 to take a ghost tour, but that's because they provided a ghost hunting kit. And I was like, I'll buy my own because it's a lot cheaper. So I bought it, and then I never went.
Damn.
But
But
also, though,
are you like balls deep or nah, not really?
I believe in it. I don't have any recollection of me ever experiencing anything paranormal, but my grandma used to tell me. She lives with us now, but she used to have her own place, and when she had her own place, she would tell me that I would she would babysit me, and I would hang out in the living room, and she would hear me talking to somebody, and there'd be nobody there. So she would go to the living room, and she'd be like, "Who are you talking to?" And supposedly, I'd always be like, "Oh, like the old guy over there." That guy. And there was like never anybody there. And like supposedly I could describe this guy to like a fucking T, like how he looked and everything. I don't remember this at all, but it would creep my grandma the fuck out really bad. So I've always felt like, okay, well, ghosts exist. That was the only proof I had. So I was like, fuck it. I really want to experience this. I want to give it a shot. I thought the ghost hunting tour would be cool because I thought here in Laredo I wouldn't really know where to start. I used to date this girl that used to want to go hang out in cemeteries at night, and I was like, that just sounds fucking no. That's a no from me, dog. Like I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know how I would feel about going to a cemetery at night.
But you
for
know
no
what-
general reasons.
You know what though?
Fuck it.
I have a theory regarding cemeteries. I don't think cemeteries are haunted.
You don't think so?
No, I think it's more like hospitals because people die in hospitals.
It's true.
Cemeteries is where the dead people are already at. Why would you haunt a cemetery?
I've
That's
been-
not where you died.
I've been to Old Mercy, dude, and never experienced shit there.
Yeah.
There was a weird little occurrence once when I was there. They have like a bunch of old like patient records, and they have this thing what I could only assume to be like backed up patient records from like computers or security footage. But there was one time that I was there that we ended up taking one of those things as kind of like a little memento of the whole like occasion or whatever. And as
That always sounds like a good idea.
yeah, no. Well, the weird thing about it was that it happened to be like it was like a day in April. It was like the 21st of April or some shit like that we were there. I went with a couple of friends and yeah, my friend. I mean,
She's standing right there.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, the door.
Oh, dude, no.
my roommate Sam, come say hi on the podcast.
It's the spirit.
The shit out of me on the- we're talking about this house being fucking scary.
The
The
door's-
seen the door open a little bit.
Yeah,
That was popping.
Yeah, I know that guy. That guy's a douchebag.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
Random hand.
What's happening, brother?
What's popping?
All right, get out of here, man. Have fun.
Later, man. So yeah, we were at a.
All right.
What the fuck was I saying? I forgot.
You were at a cemetery at night.
No,
you
no,
were at
Old
Old Mercy.
Yeah,
Old
yeah.
Mercy.
So what
You
ended
took
up
a hard
happening
drive?
was we ended up going and what was weird was when we get back to the
Oh,
place.
cool. There's this guy named Peter Rodriguez. He said, I don't really use Facebook, and I'm thankful I stumbled upon this, even though it's 81 episodes in. So,
What's up?
shout out to
What's
Peter. What's up, Peter?
happening?
What up, Peter?
I think that's the guy I used to work with. That I don't remember. It might be
Anyways, I'm
Best
sorry.
Buy. So anyway, so then we ended up going and we get that little tape or whatever. We get in the car. We didn't pay attention to it. We ended up going back to my friend's place, and when we looked at the tape, like we didn't like put in a VCR or that kind of shit, but the markings on the tape, it happened to have the exact same date
Of like the
day that we were there,
Oh, shit.
but 91, like way fucking.
Yo, y'all
way
should have
before.
watched that shit.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty cool to like see it. No, but it was like an old like I don't know. I think it's like a computer backup or something because it was like one of those things that that you like put into like I guess like it's like an old drive.
Was it a little video cassette?
It looked like a little video cassette, dude, but it didn't have any actual tape on it. Like you couldn't see any tape. It wasn't exposed or anything. So I think it was one of those things where you put like kind of they were called Z drives. They were those like bigger floppy disks, pretty much. So I think it was just like a patient record backup or something.
It had a date on it.
It had a date on it, and the date happened to be let's just say it was like the 21st of April. It happened to be 4/21/91. So synchronicity or whatever.
And
You believe in
pretty
it.
dope.
It was all in red baby teeth.
You know what?
All the numbers.
I don't know if it's just like
You're
my
done?
mind playing tricks on me, but every time I drive by Old Mercy, and I don't know, like I do like a similar thing that you do. Like when if I can't sleep, I just drive somewhere, but I always just gravitate towards that area for some reason.
Yeah,
Trying to
same
see some
here.
shit, motherfucker?
No, same here because I actually used to
And,
live like 2 blocks away
yeah.
from the Old Mercy, so I would pass by my old
I
childhood
live 2
home.
blocks away.
So I would drive there, and every time I look up, I think it's like kind of facing like like that it's like a retirement home or something along that.
Right?
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're like facing that area, I always look up. No bullshit. It's always like a third story or like whatever, like third row of windows, like near the center. I always see a figure there, like always.
It's
and,
a homeless comedian.
and I'm just trying to figure out.
You like comedy?
And
I
I'm
like
always,
rock and roll.
and I'm always trying. And I'm always trying to figure out, like, I try to find like a practical like explanation for it. Like, I'm not gonna jump in and be like, it's a fucking ghost,
Well,
But I can't.
all
like,
of my
Exes
well,
live in
my
Texas.
my ex roommates Sarah and my current roommate Alessa and my other ex roommate Kiana, they all lived in this place that was like it was basically like a woman's
Like
dormitory
a Catholic
thing.
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
a
yeah.
woman's
I heard about it.
dormitory.
Yeah.
It was called House of Mary, and it was this like really creepy fucking place in my opinion. But like I'd go there because like I'd be hanging out there with Kiana and stuff, and
Which, by the way,
when-
you're not supposed to be there.
right, I know. So
I was there a couple
I'd sneak
times,
in.
so-
So but like we'd be hanging out there and stuff, and on the day that it started snowing, we were on the roof of it. It was like what was it, like 2 years ago? 2017, December 2017.
We're on the roof. Fuck.
We were on the roof, like just checking out.
you come.
We were looking. We were just taking some cool fucking videos, whatever, right, for the gram, and we happened to see like lights coming from that area. And I don't know, maybe it was just people that would like happen to sneak in there at that time or something, but that was really about it. Like I'd be there a lot, and I'd see the fucking place a lot, and we'd go there, pretty often, but it never fucking saw or experienced anything there. It was usually just other dudes that were there that were like getting high on the roof or something. And this is about it.
Yeah. I know I said I didn't experience anything supernatural, but the only thing close to, and I think it was more a psychological thing, a psychological hallucination. My cousin, very dear cousin of mine, that was like my brother, passed away. I used to live with my dad in Zapata Highway, and literally Zapata Highway was our front yard, and my cousin got ran over right in front of our house, like on a highway, not even a street, like a fucking highway. He was crossing to like it's this tattoo parlor that's not there no more, and well, he died. My cousin passed away, and it was 2010. It was about 8 years ago, and it was really heavy on me. And I went on a drinking binge like that week. Like I just drank, you know, not I wasn't all like blacking out or whatever, but I was just constantly drinking, constantly fucking coping and drinking and coping and drinking. And my dad has a garage because it used to be a tire shop, kind of like this, but it was more shaped like a tire shop. And I remember one time I was downstairs, and it has a restroom downstairs, right? And the restroom has a mirror, and it was kind of like a makeshift kind of restroom kind of thing. And I went to wash my hands because I don't know what the fuck I was probably drinking downstairs or whatever by myself. And I went to go wash my hands or something because it's a garage and it's dirty. And I look up at the mirror, and my cousin's standing like feet behind me, like maybe I'd say a good 10 feet behind me, and he just stared at me like this. And I fucking look back, and I look back at the mirror, and I'm like, oh shit! I start having a massive panic attack, like hyperventilation, just whatever. That shit happened, right? Another time, it happened again, maybe about a month after that. I parked in my dad's again, and outside, me and my cousin, we would drink or whatever, and we would smoke weed sometimes. So when we would smoke, I remember getting home one night. I was like partying or something, and I was getting home, and I saw him just chilling there in the corner of my house, like just chilling, looking at me. And I looked at him, and I looked again, and I was like, oh shit! But this time I had a panic attack again, but it was a lot more like, I don't know. I guess at that moment I was also trying to. I guess I was hallucinating him because I couldn't let him go.
Because of the state of mind that you were in, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And this was a month later, and I was like, I think this shit keeps happening because I'm not at peace with it. Because he was my age. We're literally a month apart, and we literally grew up together. He lived with us like his whole life. So he's like my brother, you know what I mean? And the way he went out and shit like that, and he just, you know, and I figured out, like, I don't think it was supernatural. I think you just unlock fucking things in your brain sometimes. It maybe goes to the gnome, maybe it goes to the fucking faceless man.
Well,
there's doors that we fucking unlock that make you see. There's fucking dimensions in our. This is not explained yet. People don't know what the fuck goes on.
Perception.
Exactly. I mean, there's things that go on that we just don't fucking understand yet. You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm not saying supernatural shit doesn't exist because I don't fucking know firsthand. I don't know, but I know in my case, I don't think it was supernatural. I just feel it was a mind fuck, a hallucination because I'm going through something and there's chemicals in my brain that are unlocking things, and just all these fucking electrons are coping with each other, trying to figure out a way how to, because we're human. We try to self-cope, fucking heal, you know what I mean? And I think just the brain does weird shit sometimes.
I mean, it's funny that you mentioned that because, well, part of the reason why, and I had mentioned this to Josh before, the reason why I feel like a lot of stuff we don't experience anything here or doesn't go on here at the place anymore.
Because your roommates are gone. They were the problem.
Well, it's not that they were the problem. It's just that I would notice that there was always like an uptick in there was always an uptick in activity whenever my roommate, specifically Sarah, whenever she was like in a weird state of mind or something, like she started like experiencing, whether it be like an argument or a breakup or just some like negative energy going on. That's mainly when that stuff would start. Whenever there was like an argument or like tension in the house or whatever the fuck, like that's when we'd start experiencing that kind of stuff.
Down.
And
like some entities started.
Yeah, and it's weird, man. It's weird because I feel like maybe that kind of stuff, you're more likely to project that, I guess, into the world depending on who you are. Because she would always claim to be like very sensitive to those kind of things. Me personally, I was kind of a skeptic, so I never really was receptive to any of that. But when it started happening here at my place, specifically that one time that I was asleep and, you know, Kiana woke me up and she was like, hey, you know, turn off the fan or whatever the fuck. I've talked about that story before. That's when I started feeling like, oh shit, okay, maybe something is going on here. And then from then on, when I was more open to the idea, or I guess that energy or in my head that I was like thinking that, it was just happening more and more often. And I don't know, man, like as of late, I mean, I was still like, you know, the last, like, I don't know, like 3 months ago, 3 months ago, I was in a really shitty state of mind, dude. And a lot of the times I'd spend like just basically days in my room
after
and shit.
Billy Joe's.
And well, okay, well, like no, but
yes and no.
Yeah, no, but I would experience a lot of those issues or a lot of those like activity sort of things because I was going through issues. Like I had like shit going on, and I still have shit going on. But even if I'm like in a better state of mind or whatever, I never really experienced anything here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, some of the weirdest nights I guess that we ever experienced here were because there was people that were like in some sort of rift mentally. You know. So maybe that's what it is, dude. Maybe it's like that. But enough about this shit, dude. It's getting very
Murky waters.
murky.
Your boy Peter Rodriguez. You work with him in
Oh
Best Buy,
yeah,
right?
Pete, my boy Pete.
He
Yeah, we
said,
talked a lot
"Puro-
about
puro
studio.
Twilight
Puro
Zone."
Twilight Zone aquí.
Puro's Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
Thanks for sticking around, Peter. And
Yeah, for everybody
the other
who's
two
still
people.
who's still listening, dude, we really appreciate you guys still being here and like tuning in with us. It's fun doing these live episodes. But I want to talk a little bit more because we keep kind of straying away from the topic. We got three comedians on this. Like
You already
thing.
plugged your dates, dude. Shut the
Yeah,
fuck up.
I'm
Let's talk about
not.
other
I'm
shit.
not plugging any fucking dates.
I'm fucking
I want to
playing.
talk a little
man.
bit about the. So let's talk a little bit about. So when we first had Aaron on the show, the second time we had Aaron on the show, we talked a shit ton, and you guys can go back and see that. I think it was like the. What was it? What would we call it? Squash and beef or something like that.
Making peace.
Making peace, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple of things have changed in the comedy scene since then. We've seen a lot of venues kind of make the cycle. We've seen a lot of new, or not a lot, but a couple new comedians enter the scene. And join the ranks, and a lot of comedians that had already been part of this before that are kind of making their return as well. What do you guys think about the state of the scene as of now, man? Like in terms of comedy, like I personally, like I'm in it, and I'm hoping to expand it a little bit with this mic drop thing that's going on. But Aaron, you've got a couple things going on as well. Francisco, I want to say that you and I are pretty much the only independent comedians in Laredo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So
I'm independent too.
Well,
Like,
I mean, yeah, that's true because I consider like when I think Laugh Laredo, and I forgot about this because we talked about it last time, but Laugh Laredo is not a gang of comedians or a group of comedians or anything like that. It's just a promotional entity for the comedy scene in Laredo, specifically a lot of the stuff that happens, where Aaron's involved in that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
But you're right, yeah. So we're the
it's a
three-
brand
we're-
of a
we're-
comedy show,
Right,
Or
yeah.
comedy shows. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yes.
It's not a group of
More
guys
of
or whatever.
a booking agency almost, like a promotional agency.
No. It's literally a
Some way.
brand of a comedy show.
Oh, okay.
Comedy shows. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's a producer of comedy shows. That's what it is. That's
Okay.
what Laugh Laredo is. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The comedy scene is it's getting pretty cool, man. It's exciting. I wish everyone would stop so I can keep it all to myself. You know, and that's it. That's all I gotta say about it. Dude.
I enjoy the growth. I would like to see a little bit more diversity in the style of comedy, and this is I don't fault any particular group or any particular comedian for this, but I believe that there's like shut the fuck up.
Drop.
I believe that there's like this like prevailing mentality that like, oh, you can only hit this style and this is the only style that works in Laredo. I like that there's people that are starting to kind of push that envelope a little bit, starting to do shit that's different. Josh, not you, is a huge example of that. He's out there doing like out there shit, some weird jokes that you wouldn't expect a conventional Laredo comic to even touch.
But what is a
Josh
conventional
is a difference in it. It's a different case though. Josh is obviously a black dude who lives in a Mexican culture. So when Josh goes up, he relates to Mexican people or Mexican American people, and they're like they're eating it up because they're like, oh shit, But it's because he grew up with the Mexican culture.
Yeah, but I'm referring more like in the like the subject matter that he hits. Yeah, it's very Mexican. It's very like fish out of water type
But
deal.
the way he does it.
But the way he does it, the delivery
so
or
one-
the mechanics of his comedy is very weird. I feel like I know you asked right now, like, what do I think is conventional Laredo comedy?
Yes.
I don't think there's a conventional Laredo comedy style, but I think a lot of people hit, a very like, oh, this is the shit that we grew up watching, and this is what we do. Like, oh, like there's a lot of
it's very
like-
set up punchline.
Yeah, it's
and
very,
which
like-
is like not the only route to go.
Yeah.
So and everybody kind of hits a different subject matter depending on that.
Mhm.
Just real quick, Pete, he said I didn't even know Laredo had a comedy group. We've got Laugh Laredo, which is Aaron here, Aaron Suarez. He uses that as kind of like his promotional, I guess, base for this kind of stuff. The events that you've got here going on in Laredo, specifically comedy happy hour, which happens downtown at Happy Hour Bar.
Yeah,
and
I'm producing a new showcase that hopefully we can get it going in May. It's called the Laugh Laredo Comedy House, and it's gonna be at the House of Whiskey.
And then we've got Laredo Funny, which is a group of comedians. I want to say it's and I always end up missing some, but it's Steven Sosa, Sarah Garza, George Alvarez,
Dopey, Sleepy, Happy, Grumpy,
and then you've got Esteban Gonzalez, Patrick Carroll, Josh McCulley. They're all these very like talented comedians. They've got their own like I want to say I don't have any like gripes with them or anything like that, but I think the thing with Laredo Funny is that and I've mentioned this before, and I'm gonna have them on the show at some point. We'll have them on the show at some point. I already spoke on the show. Well, yeah, I wanted to talk to. I already
Interesting.
I spoke to Sarah and George because I need to get them at the show at one point. Just because Aaron kind of called me out on saying that we don't have enough fucking comedians on here.
And also there's Big Mac Promotions.
Right,
Big Mac is doing his own thing.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Fred,
Coming up soon. That's Fred. Big Mac Madrigal.
Which we've also had on the show at some point. Which he was part of Laredo Funny, has since left to start his own. So I guess you could say,
you drunk? What's going on, man?
I have the hiccups.
Clearly.
So what was I going to say? Yeah, dude. So we do have a couple comedy groups here in Laredo, and what we're discussing mainly is like how I think, and it's not a bad thing. It's just that when you've got, let's just say, a group that writes together, a group that performs together, a group that comedy gets on showcases together. They tend to all kind of adhere to the same style just because it's something that they're all very
They melt together.
Yeah, they're all very used to putting their typical like setup punchline kind of thing, and that's cool. That's the way they're used to writing.
Yeah, it becomes a very homogenized style. Like
I mean, sort of in a sense. I want to say
it's a big word. Good for you, dude.
It's in milk.
I want to say like if we were to have like standouts, I want to say it's I want to say Josh and Brian both have my ticket in terms of like being like the standout comedians from that, simply because Josh has this like very unabashed style where he's
very fluid.
He doesn't cater to a crowd, man. He's just himself up there. He's funny. He laughs at his own jokes.
I've said this before about Josh. My favorite thing about him is just his confidence in his own material and just like the conviction that he has to his material. Like it could be in a room that will not understand it at all, but his confidence alone will sell a joke. You know what I mean? He'll go up there and like it could be like a room full of like the least matched crowd to him.
Absolutely, which was at the Cultura last night, which is why, because at Cultura had a very like diverse crowd. There were a lot of young kids there. They had a lot of older folks as well, and then just like people like us that were just going to like check it out. Like we were there for the comedy show. So and he fucking killed in front of them. I know Brian for sure would have fucking murdered in front of that crowd as well. Brian's got this very like weird kind of timid style, man, and I think it works very well for him because he's like.
Is that the guy?
The guy that what?
From Amnesia? Is that him? No. Or yes?
Brian? I don't
the
know.
short dude that was like.
No.
This is my joke.
Oh no,
that's not him.
No, that's Albert.
Oh, okay,
that's
I'm sorry.
Albert.
Oh my god,
Albert
dude.
is another kid that's doing comedy. He's not with Laredo Funny or anything like that. Is he? No, I don't think so. Right?
I have
Another
no idea,
independent
honestly.
comic discovered here first.
Dude,
Maybe,
Albert is special, dude. He always cracks me the fuck up, dude. He goes on. He's still a new comic and he's developing his own style. But when he goes up, there's just something fucking about him, dude, that is just so fucking hilarious.
What I think it is about him, and I don't mean this in any disrespectful way. I mean this like he managed to kind of can
I charge my phone?
I feel like he found a way to turn this into an act.
I'm at 1%.
He kind of found a way to turn this into an act. I love that he found a way to stumble into his jokes. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah, dude. I've mentioned this before as well with whenever we talk about this kind of stuff as well. He doesn't care too much about being a specific way or another. Like he goes up there and it's okay. He's so awkward that you're not sure if he knows that he's awkward or not. Like he just kind of does it as part of his act, and that's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because like he went up there, and specifically the Amnesia show that you're talking about, because that's the one that you went to.
It's the one he was actually on time for.
Yeah, the one that you opened for Albert. Just kidding. I'm joking.
I'm gonna go kill myself.
No,
after
no,
this.
fine. So, well, I opened for him too, which
Put
was
it on
kind of
live.
like it was a little bit of
Facebook
a.
Live.
It
Don't
felt a
forget
little,
to like and subscribe.
It felt like a little bit of like
PewDiePie.
like a slap in the face, because both Francisco and I have been kind of putting in work on the scene. At that point, we hadn't been traveling
call
all
it
that
work.
much.
We hadn't been.
It's a shit ton of work, dude. So like, it's fucking work, dude. It is.
I feel really bad because I made
fucking
I
butter.
I think I made Roger feel really bad on the lead up to that show, because I was kind of kept out of the loop in regards to like the lineup and who was gonna like.
It's all the way in, bro. What are you talking about? It's all the way in.
Oh, there you go. Did I get it? Yeah. I always
Yeah.
get it done.
Okay, cool.
You were saying, dude, about leading up to the show.
Yeah,
I remember.
leading up to
I
the
know
show.
exactly what you're talking about.
I was kind of kept out of the loop in regards to the lineup and who was gonna go up in what order, and Roger ended up being the one that told me. Not even the guys that set up the show, but Roger, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do like 10, 15 minutes, and you're gonna go before me, and you're gonna do like 5 to 8." And I was like, "What the fuck? I'm going before you? How far have I fucking fallen?"
I was actually a little offended. I was like, dude, I've
And,
been doing some shit out here too.
I didn't mean it in a sense to be offensive, but I meant it more along the lines of like I used to be in these dudes like good graces, and I was also like I feel like I had been doing like comedy about like I don't know maybe like 6 months more than you have or something like that. Like I feel like I've been doing comedy.
So
before.
if I could talk a little bit about this, when I first got into comedy, the first place that I went to was an open mic at Mambo's, and it was something that JR had put together, I believe. Was it JR?
Yeah, I didn't get to go to that one, but
so I was there, and that was the first place that went up. And the first joke I told was about how Laredo Funny has only one female comedian, but like 4 of them have tits. And when people got laughs at that one, I was just like, hell yeah, dude, I could do this. And if I'm gonna be honest, when I was at I had gone to a couple open mics before that, but never actually had performed. But what made me want to get up and try it was that I had seen these comedians go up, and they weren't that funny. So when I saw them do that, like no, not in a bad way, dude. Like it's just that it kind of felt like okay, it's not that they weren't that funny. It's just that they were. I just thought to myself like, hey, I could do this. So I went up and I tried it, and then I started going from there. And then I got was it my first showcase was Amnesia. It was the Young Guns one. And then I got in a comedy happy hour one for an opener. And then I
would go to the second chance ones.
I went to a second chance one. Actually, that's the first time that I met Aaron. He had just gone off probation, and the first joke I told was, hey, I've been trying to get on one of these things for a while, but every time I try to talk to Aaron, I just hear some beeping, and then he'd run away. And then he was just like, he fucking loved that joke, and he was just like, actually, he didn't love it, but he was just. Like,
I remember that.
Beeper or some shit, or
Dude,
ankle monitor.
He had an ankle monitor. It's
knew
the thing
that
is that he did a whole set about like, well, not a whole set, but the first like opener was about how you had just gotten off probation. But yeah, if we're talking a little more about the like comedy scene, like we've put in, and I call it work because it's like, as of now, like it's really random. If you go to a San Antonio open mic, and I've said this before, again, like repeat listeners and new listeners, when you go to an open mic here, it's like you find a guy with a list at the back of the bar, you sign up, go up. At the most, on the good night, there's like 10 comedians.
Yeah, about 10.
And in San Antonio, you show up, you have to basically you're at the mercy of the draw, because they draw from a deck of cards. Sometimes, right? But like most of the time,
sometimes you have to email, and if you don't email on the right time, you won't make the fucking list.
Right, exactly. They have a waiting list and shit like that. So we've gone out and like viewed all these things in these different towns to kind of see what's going on, and then you get exposed to different kinds of comedy in different places. There was this one dude that I thought was fucking hilarious, because he goes up there, he had his list, and it wasn't a list where like somebody keeps it in their pocket, checks it, and they sees, okay, this is the joke I'm gonna do next. He went up there, opened up the list, and he was like reading the script. Were you there that time?
I don't think so.
Well, It might have been the time that we went with Ram. Excuse
You
me.
keep talking. Is there another beer? No.
No, this is the last one.
Okay.
So we went up there, and as we were there, he was like, he opens up the fucking the little list thing that he has, and he's just like, "Hello, I am going to be telling some jokes for you."
Dude, that guy fucking murdered.
He did, dude.
Holy
He is. I'm
shit,
going
that
to
was
tell
hilarious.
some jokes for you. How is everybody doing today? Good. Thank you for clapping. So my first joke, and then he goes and he says like, dude, this one fucking joke, it was so stupid, but it made me crack up so much because it was so simple. And we can talk a little bit about the whole like absurdity of comedy and how it works or whatever the fuck. But this guy, he goes, Rosa Parks, she doesn't even drive. And I just started fucking laughing, dude. And then he does it like there was one point where he was like reading a joke where he was like, and I'm not gonna tell the extra joke, but like let's just say he was reading it. And he was like, why does a chicken coop only doors two? Oh, hang on. And he gets out like a pencil and then he fucking erases and then rewrites it. He goes, why does a chicken coop only have two doors? Like you like fixing it on the fly and shit. It was so fucking funny, man. And like you don't see that kind of stuff here, dude.
It's stuff like that. I remember I saw this one comedian, and I forgot his name. I wish I could find it. I mean, I have a fucking phone right here, but we'll save that for later. I saw this one comedian. The one time I decided to watch Last Comic Standing, right. And there was this one dude. I forgot his name, but he had, I think, the best opener ever. It's a risky opener, and I hate that the show kind of vilified him for it. Like they made him look like the crowd hated it. But his opener was that he goes on stage, right? Like they call him out, like, oh, coming up next is whatever the fuck, right? He goes up and he takes his phone out, and he's just there for like a minute, just scrolling. He's just there chilling on his phone, like on stage. And then he puts it away. And he's like, "What? You guys don't fuck around at work for a few minutes before you actually get started?"
That's good. That was what was his name, dude? The guy. Hey, Aaron, what was the name of the guy that you said you wanted to bring down that you thought was really funny? The older dude with the guitar. You had mentioned it before. You said you wanted to bring him down, and then you don't remember or whatever. It was the older dude. We saw him perform at LOL.
He had a guitar.
He had a guitar. Remember, he was up there.
It's
He
like
was
Tony
just like
something.
Tony something. Well, okay. So this guy, he goes up.
That fucking guy.
He has a fucking guitar in his setup. He's got the guitar the whole time. And you think he's gonna fucking do something with it, and his setup for it is like he's like, yeah. So one of the things that my therapist told me to do is like I'm a pathological liar, so I just got to make sure that before I lie about something, I have to say it out loud to make sure that I gotta like say like I don't actually do this, so I can recognize the lie. And so then he says like, all right, so I don't know how to play guitar. And he ends his fight. He ends his set that way. He walks off, dude. And that was fucking funny because he had the fucking guitar on him the whole set. So that guy was funny as shit. But yeah, dude, it's just.
I do remember that part, but I don't remember the guy or.
You had said it was Tony
like
something,
Tony
older
something.
dude, gray hair.
Dude.
He's one of the fucking veterans at LOL, man. He's like manages sometimes.
Okay. Anthony Torino.
Yeah, Torino. Yeah,
Dude,
that's the guy.
Anthony Torino is such a funny motherfucker.
I hate that I had to follow him up that one time that we bombed that fucking
Holy
LOL.
Shit, that guy. I'm trying to bring him down. I
Jesus
just
Christ.
got to get more sponsors. So I can't afford him right now. But if I get the right amount of sponsors, he's definitely coming down. That guy, he's so fucking funny, and he's a veteran. He's been on Showtime. He's incredible, dude. I can't wait to bring that guy.
Funny
down.
fucking dude.
I will bring him
Yeah,
down.
he's
soon.
a funny fucking dude.
He goes into a room and he fucking destroys it, man.
So like it's that kind of shit, dude, that we're talking about that you don't really see a whole like diversity sort of thing. Josh is maybe the closest thing that comes with it because he goes up there with his guitar, performs at the end, dude, does a fucking whole like norteño star, dude, and he goes up there and he sings and it's fucking hilarious, dude. But that's one of the main things about it, man, is that whenever you're talking about like the diversity.
You're talking
and comedy
about
and stuff,
gimmicks.
like it's not just so
Not
much.
necessarily gimmicks.
It's not a gimmick, but like
I'm fucking around, just trying to shit on him.
Yeah, I thought you said Gibbons. I was like, I
Gibbons.
just went to the zoo. Gibbons are fucking cool, dude.
Gibsons.
what?
Gibsons are good guitars.
What's a
Yeah,
gibbon? What's a gibbon?
Gibbon?
Yeah.
It's like an
Like
ape.
Oh,
it's like a monkey kind of
monkey.
thing.
Oh,
You fucking ape.
Whoa, whoa,
Hey, whoa.
dude. So I'm thinking about
Did I keep the straightest face? Okay.
no, actually, this is the first fucking exclusive on Aliens.
Wait, let me put the fucking air horn.
Do you have one?
No, sorry.
Ah, bitch.
That would've
You
been
should
cool.
have one. You
That
should
would
have
be
soundboard.
great.
I've been talking about that for a while. I want to do a fucking soundboard, but this guy would just end up farting over everything.
Just a button that says, I'll make it come.
me so horny.
Have you know where that's from?
Yeah, I know. I
At your
know.
mom's house?
Yeah, yeah. Why just get away?
Because I don't want to take credit for it.
Come
It's
on,
like-
it's an inside joke.
Get back
It's
to
an
it, dude. What were you
inside
saying?
joke.
What were you
I'll
saying?
make it come.
What were you saying? Exclusive what, dude? I'm all about-
So after the tour or whatever, I'm thinking about just fucking saying fuck it, investing a little bit of money, and shooting already my hour stand up special. Like
Fuck
just
yeah.
releasing it on iTunes and fucking whatever the fuck
like
however
a
they do
comedy
it.
album.
Yeah, no, an actual video special. Like a
okay.
special.
So
And
like produce it yourself.
No. Well, yeah, I'm gonna produce it myself, but I think I got some guys that have great editing skills for the image that I want to work with. Actually, well, fuck it, it's the guy Rene. I think he runs Laredo Chingon.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
We're working with those guys at some point.
Okay, well, that guy, super great fucking videographer and great at editing fucking videos. So I think if I show him kind of the concepts that I want or the special I want to shoot, I'm pretty sure me and him can make magic together. I just got to make people laugh. And I don't want to do it here in Laredo. I did at one point, but I want to do it in a big venue like the Laredo Little Theater. But they're just back and forth and okay, maybe and I don't know.
Are you gonna curse? Because if you are, then, you know.
Yeah, so I don't know about that, but I do. I said fuck it. I've been doing this hour for a while now, and to be honest with you, I'm getting kind of I add new shit to it all the time, and I sharpen new shit all the time, but I get tired of it already. Like I get
You're like,
tired.
all
of
right,
it.
let me get the fuck out.
And it's new to people that are not from Laredo, or it's new to people that are
It's
like,
new to me
wherever
because
I
I've
go.
never seen you like actually.
Yeah, exactly.
I've just seen you as the host.
I don't think I've
So-
ever seen you do an hour. Actually, I think I saw you do like what 30, 45.
Yeah,
I
30,
did,
45.
I did 45 at Corpus, but because there was 4 people, that's why I gave them.
That
the
was
best
such a
feedback.
fun set, though.
Yeah, I had fun. I actually did have fun doing that shit. Like, it doesn't matter if it's fucking one as long as there's someone there that wants to fucking see you do funny stuff. Fuck it, you're getting all. You'll make it come.
Dude, like I said,
That's your
every
fucking
time,
favorite, dude.
dude, every time we
I'll
hit up,
make it come.
every time we hit up Bella Luna, like I said, there's always like that one girl that I'm like, you look like you hate your fucking life.
We've
If I,
only
can,
hit- we-
if I can make you laugh once,
Oh yeah, the bartender.
the
That
bartender, yeah,
And she's like,
she got me a
Big
free
old
water.
gas or shut the fuck up.
girl. Pretty much.
So yeah, I'm thinking about doing that, man. I'm thinking
That's
about doing
fucking
that.
dope,
I already
dude.
have a venue where I want to do it. I don't want to mention yet because I don't want to fucking jinx it or whatever.
yeah.
But it's most probably gonna be in San Antonio.
I was about
That's
to
all.
ask what city, but dope.
San
That's
Antonio. I
fucking
think
dope.
San Antonio is the place where I want to go.
You want to film your first special in Laredo, bro?
Nah.
No,
Are you gonna have
No.
Roger and Frank open?
Yep, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they're good enough.
Oh,
What
okay.
the fuck, dude? Yeah,
yeah,
look,
okay.
dude, you've been.
Hey
Look,
man, we
dude.
should make like an SNL show. I think that's
You've
like the
been-
next step for.
Yo, shout out to Pete, man. What's going on, man? I'll make it come.
Yeah, dude.
Yo,
To
you've
my
been spamming
shows.
us the whole fucking episode. Why don't you give us a little bit of props, dude?
Yo, they're good, man.
Okay, thanks, dude. That's about it.
that's as good as it's gonna get. Really.
Yeah, I guess I'll take it, dude. I
No, man.
personally,
Look.
Why do you need to get your dick stroked, bro?
I don't need to get a dick stroke,
Let's
dude.
put it
I'm
this
just
way.
saying, like,
Let's put it this way, man. I love fucking hitting the road with these guys. I love seeing them fucking grow every single fucking day. This guy just literally hosted an open mic, and I know you're thinking, it was just an open mic, but it's much more than that. There was a nice fucking crowd, and he just ran through the fucking whole crowd, hosting and doing his jokes, and just on point the whole fucking time. And it's nice to see. Roger, I've seen him fucking do great. I've seen him kill fucking plays. I've seen him do better than me in some aspects. He did better than me. I took him to Austin one time, and it was this place called Oasis Brewery.
Yeah.
And I did just mediocre, dude. I was just like, Chuckles here, Chuckles there, whatever. He went on and fucking destroyed. You know what I mean? And it's great to see. You know, and that's why I like seeing guys. I throw a lot of shit to them because you have
The
to
boys.
you have to develop fucking tough skin, man. If you don't develop
Yeah.
tough skin in
Real
this
shit.
fucking I guess industry, then get the fuck out. If someone's gonna dude, I'm
Also, can you imagine a bunch of comments like, "Oh, dude, I'm fucking so supportive of you, dude. You're so fucking good." Like all the time, like, dude, go fucking shoot yourself.
I'm gonna
bro.
say something.
Please.
I wanted to say it on another
On
podcast.
my way, dude.
All right, thanks.
I wanted to say it in another podcast that I want to be on with Josh Cabaza. I think it's called Willful Ignorance or something. I don't know what it's called. I can't think of it right now. But it's also about Josh Cabaza and George Anthony from San Antonio, man. Great fucking comics, especially Josh and George. They're fucking amazing.
I
But
know a lot of amazing shit, man. Sorry.
oh fuck you, dude.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So there was this one thing. I remember I was like 3 years in the game, right? And I was doing the Blind Tiger in San Antonio.
I still really want to hit that room, by the way.
Oh, it's fucking great, dude. I did it on my birthday, and
I
it was
saw it, dude.
fucking fun,
Fuck.
dude. So I remember George Anthony, one of the guys from the podcast. He was on there. He's good, like great comic. He was downstairs. He did his set. He was sitting down or whatever. I saw him. He fucking did great. And then when I went up, like he was just like, he fucking left. And fucking all the comics show upstairs or whatever. After the show, I approached him. I was like, hey, man, you had a fucking great set. And then he told me the same thing. He's like, yeah, you too, man. I was like, well, you didn't see it, so it's all right. Like, whatever. I was just being sarcastic, right? And then he told me something that I carried with me. And it honestly changed my fucking point of view, man. He said,
Go fuck yourself.
no, he was like, what do you fucking care? He's like, what? Because in my mind, I thought, you know, if more veteran comics see me, see my set, or bigger comics see my set, they'll be like, that guy's fucking cool, man. I'm gonna book him. I'm gonna recommend him to all these fucking dudes. Da, 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 da. And I was thinking that way, so I really wanted to impress the other comics, right? The more veteran comics. And I remember going to outside, and I told him, I was like, yeah, well, you didn't really see it, so but it's all right, whatever. And he told me, he's like, what do you care, man? He's like, are you doing it for me? Like, did the crowd laugh? And I'm like, yeah, man, I fucking did good. And that's all that fucking counts. What do you give a shit what I think? That they're the ones that want to see your fucking set. I don't need to see your fucking set. I have my own set. And that one instance just changed my way of thinking. Changed my perspective of comedy. Like now, if I go up there and I see like a bigger comic, of course, like I featured for Willie Barcena. Willie Barcena is a fucking veteran comic. He's done Jay Leno when Jay Leno was on like 12 times. The only comic to ever do the Jay Leno more like the most times, right? And I featured with him for him in Del Rio, Texas, small little city. And after I was done, he got off, he pounded me or whatever. He went on. Yeah, dude, he pounded me hard, dude.
Fuck yeah, you did.
He pounded me hard, bro.
You want to be a star, don't you?
Pound me, dude. I bought him a shot, right? He likes tequila, and while he was performing, I went in the back and I just brought him a tequila shot. And he stopped the show. He's like, hey, by the way, this guy in a couple of years, you're gonna see his fucking HBO special. He fucking told me that shit. You know what I mean? So
Hey, someone told me I was gonna get a Netflix special.
I
bro.
heard.
yeah, dude, homeless people don't count.
Disappointed him the next
boy
time he went to
Doug.
San Antonio.
He told me to keep riding.
Hey, keep riding.
So you know that happened. 3 years later, still no HBO special. But you know, so I've always wanted to impress like bigger comics. And after George Anthony told me this shit, I saw it differently. I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what any other fucking comic thinks about my set. If the crowd's fucking laughing, they're the ones that are fucking gonna put me where I need to be. Honestly,
shit.
that's it. They're the ones that are gonna put me where I want to be or where I need to be. They're the ones that are gonna want to go see my fucking show, basically my one-man show. Me on stage, just make like all the stupid thoughts that make people laugh. They're the ones that are gonna request me, not another fucking comic. Another comic's just one other comic. You know what I mean? That's all. That's how I carried it from nowadays. That's why I see, and I kick shit a lot to them too. Like I fucking throw burners at them or whatever. And sometimes, like yesterday, I saw Franny fucking get down on himself because I said something about Josh. Oh yeah, he was like, maybe we should make Josh one of the boys. I was like, well,
Hey,
he's
well,
gonna
don't
take-
get
I was like, he's gonna take your place, dog. And then Franny was like, he got really down, and I saw it. And you have to admit it. I saw that he fucking got down and I was like, dude, I'm joking. It's a joke, dude. I'm playing with you. Like, nut up, dude. I'll make it come.
So, yeah, dude. And then it's funny because like in Aaron at one point, like he kind of in a sense has been kind of, and he doesn't say it. He won't actively say it, but he kind of in a sense has been like mentoring us in a way, because even back at Billy Joe's, like he was mentioning earlier, you crack that one nut and you're good. And that's kind of like the idea that I kind of carried with me as well, because even with a tough crowd, man, so long as you view that one person that you see is not enjoying themselves, and you get down there and you just fucking like make it your mission to make that person laugh, that's kind of what goes the long way, And I kind of started applying that to. I remember there was this one open mic where there was just nobody fucking laughing, dude. There was 2 people at the fucking bar, and at that point while we were there doing that, I was just like, man, you know what? And I fucking got off stage, and I went and I sat next to him. And I was like, I'm just gonna tell my jokes to you fucking guys, dude, because you guys are the only ones fucking here. Started talking to him, and it was fun, dude. Those guys started cracking up, and they started buying me shots afterwards and shit. And it was a good fucking set, man. And that's the kind of stuff that you run with. And I showed up to Aaron's birthday, which was last Saturday. Last Saturday. And we had like a little thing, like he had a little thing going on at the whiskey house. And while we were there, or House of Whiskey?
Yeah, House of Whiskey.
That's downtown, right?
That's downtown.
Right next to On the Rocks.
Oh,
right
word,
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And so we showed up there, and I was like kind of heated, man, because I've been kind of in this mode as well, where it's like, we're starting the mic drop and shit, and we're kind of starting to encounter a little bit of like adversity, but not
a little static,
not toxic adversity. Like in a sense, it's kind of like, some people have a mentality and that's the way they carry themselves, and so be it. But I personally had the mentality where it's like, shit, dude. Even why that's kind of the whole thing that drove me having, and you can see this in that previous Making Peace episode. What I drove to bring Fred and Aaron together to talk a little bit about why there's so much, like, not necessarily hostility, but a little bit of like a rift, static between both of them. And a lot of the stuff that he said at the point wasn't really making sense to me. I just thought, like, dude, you guys are in it together. You have a responsibility to the scene, and your main responsibility is to make it grow. And if you guys are working,
is it really though?
Yeah, it's anybody's fucking
arguable.
In any scene that you're in,
it's not your responsibility.
Whether you go there with the mindset or not, your responsibility is to make it grow. I believe that 100%. Hear us as podcasters. That's the whole fucking reason we went and we talked to a bunch of those kids, dude. It wasn't because we're there to tell them like, hey, come check out our fucking podcast where we talk about fucking making you come the whole fucking time.
If you listen to what I told him to drop out of school.
Yeah. You know what? He actually did, dude.
No, straight up I didn't. Straight up I said, hey, if you're gonna be doing something, know this. I know people that have gone to college and did other shit, whatever. They have like the type of life that everyone tells you to live, and they fucking hate their lives. So just make sure you do what you love. That's what I said.
And so, but like again, like I think if you
drop out now,
if you go
save your money
into a scene and you're there active in the scene, supporting it and all that kind of stuff, your main goal is to make. I mean, okay, so I'm applying it to the comedy scene in general, because I was there when I started talking to Aaron and to Fred and to George and to all the other guys. One of the main things that they had mentioned to me was that they wanted, the ultimate goal was to create an actual comedy venue in Laredo, and I don't think you can get that through division. If everybody's fighting to like fucking crawl their way to the top or whatever the fuck, and knocking other people down at the same time or whatever, that shit's not gonna happen, dude. It's
called money,
right? Yeah. Sure, but you don't have money, so neither do I. So we're if you're talking about that, like in terms of a community that's waiting to watch that shit grow, like why the fuck would you be against anybody trying to do something new that way?
But there's a couple of, I mean, I guess because I always relate back to music, just because that's where I spend so much time around musicians, and like I wanted to do music and all that shit.
Right.
And like in where I disagree, like it applies perhaps to the comedy scene, but then like could also not, because like if you're just good, then people are gonna fucking come see you regardless. Like you don't know,
Yeah, it's very
you don't know
different,
anyone's
though,
shit
because
though.
like a lot of the
but I think there's a lot of benefit. Like I feel like it all kind of like a revolving type deal. Like if you grow the scene, you grow yourself in the same,
Yeah,
in that
right.
aspect.
no doubt.
So there is definitely a benefit in just like wanting to grow the scene. I know Roger had a really
back
good.
up a little bit from the mic now.
uh,
Now you're fucking.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. I know Roger made a really good point that night at the House of Whiskey when he's just like, it's like, the music scene. That same night there was a show at Boogaloo.
yeah.
Different bands, different genres, different like completely different scenes. Some dudes stuck only at Cultura. Some dudes played at like some dingy ass dive bars, but you can put them all together and have like this dope ass show with like the most people I've seen in a while.
Yeah, and
And
that's
you could apply that to comedy.
that's one of
It
the
should
things.
be.
That's one of the things that I had mentioned to Josh before is that like the
And I'm not adverse to the idea. Like I'm on the same page. I'm just
understand.
trying to see like the opposite.
I understand,
side
but
of that,
like
you know what I mean?
applying it to that like thought process is like if the comedy scene is so fucking different because the comedy scene has had time to mature over the last fucking 20 years, even longer than that kind of shit, dude. Because
Here or where?
here in Laredo,
Bro,
because
I don't know.
you started
Have
off
you
with
seen
the
the comedy
fucking the comedy scene in Laredo.
It's right here, dude. This is the comedy scene.
It's been the last four.
What? Come
It's
on,
been the
man.
last four. I'm talking about the music scene. The
Oh.
music scene has
Yeah, you
had
said comedy
time.
scene.
Yeah,
Oh,
you did.
okay.
That's
Well,
why I was like,
all right.
I
I'll take
take
it back.
my bro.
But you see what he did though?
The-
He pointed at me. He's like, "This is the comedy scene."
No, the music.
You see that?
Don't fucking stroke him anymore.
Hey,
He needs to
did
be
you
on
see
this
that?
fucking.
But why he'll make
All right, so shut the fuck up. So yeah, dude. If we're talking about like the music scene,
That's
it's had
dope.
a shit ton more time
Yeah,
to fucking
definitely,
grow,
definitely.
dude. And then you've got these dudes who are actively collaborating, putting on shows, and promoting each other, dude. Showing love. I just saw fucking Justin today from Los Leones fucking share Lore's shit, dude. And then that means he's like, I fucking love this stuff. And Justin's all about that kind of shit. It's more collaboration over the fucking competition because the competition here is toxic as fuck.
Yeah, I agree. We need to stop, collaborate, and listen. You
Yeah,
know?
it's as simple as that, dude. Because like, yeah, fuck you. I just realized this. God damn it, dude.
That was fucking
You know
gorgeous,
what?
though.
I'm gonna,
That was gold, dude.
I'm gonna take backseat on the rest of this,
That's
dude.
Vanilla Ice,
Yeah,
baby.
Stop collaborating.
Ice,
Listen.
ice,
All right.
baby.
We
Fuck,
need to
dude.
stop,
Fuck, dude.
Nah, but
collaborate,
real-
and listen, dude.
What we
You know
need,
what I mean?
what we need is more karaoke in Laredo.
Oh, fuck
And that's
you.
all I
Fuck
gotta
you.
say about
Karaoke
that.
You're
is killing the
karaoke?
music scene, dog. That's what it is. It's true.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest
On
with
the
you.
fuck.
Need more beer and I need something to eat, so we need to wrap this shit up.
Yeah,
Dude,
we're
same,
getting to that
um,
wrapping point. So
We've
let's
hit
talk
the
a little
wrapping
bit
point.
let's talk a little bit. Plug your fucking dates if you've got them.
Oh yeah, let me see. here.
Plug 'em.
Plug them.
Plug them.
Flag 'em.
All right, so you guys want to do yours first, or
Whoever has them on hand, man.
yeah, because I'll outshine you guys.
So I'm gonna be doing a lot of the same spots these dudes are doing. So
That's not a good way to start off, right? Jesus Christ.
I wanted to name my comedy tour the comedy tag along tour, but they told me not to. I'm doing April 2nd in New Braunfels at the Silver Spoons. April 7th in Plano. I'm doing that one with Roger at the Hyenas Comedy Nightclub, and then on the 19th of April, I'm doing a competition at Corpus Christi in the Green Light Coffee, which is like one of my favorite venues. I fucking love that place. I can't wait to go back. And then on May 16th, I'm doing a comedy happy hour. Oh, and I was added on a keg stand on the 11th. Of
Oh
May.
yeah, go fuck yourself, dude.
What
about you?
Fuck you, bro.
Me?
Yeah.
You want to go first?
All right, I'll go first. Yeah, sure.
Roger.
I've got the 27th, the 28th. I'm doing I'm opening for I forget his fucking name. It's a bad way to start. I'm doing Cine El Rey in McAllen, Texas. That's going to be the 27th.
With Jade
of
Estrada.
March, right?
Jade Estrada, yeah, that's right, Jade Estrada.
And that's it. That's
I'm
it.
doing.
Alright, thanks.
I'm gonna do.
I'm doing. I'm doing April 2nd at New Braunfels at the Silver Spoon. I'm doing April 5th at the Por Vida International Tattoo Fest. It's going to be the after party on that day. Make sure to make it out. It's going to be April 7th at Plano. It's over here with this guy, with Francisco. And then I'm doing Amarillo at Bodegas with Aaron. And then I'm doing the 16th of May. That's the comedy happy hour as well. So
That's
I'll be out
correct.
there.
I'm gonna be doing the Improv in Addison, Texas, on the 30th. I'm gonna do Silver Spoon on the 2nd of April. Happy Hour, April 11th. I'm bringing down Aubrey Sweeney from California. Josh is on that show. A special guest Esteban, and I got 10 beer on that show as well. I'm gonna do what else am I doing? I'm gonna do Pasadena, Texas, the Fusion Bar on the 13th of April. Austin, Texas on the 18th. Anderson Mills, Amarillo, Texas, Bodegas. April 27th. I'm doing Comedy Happy Hour May 16th with these guys. I'm doing Mandeville, Louisiana at Interface Sports Bar May 29th. I'm doing what's after May? June 6th, Comedy Happy Hour. Then I'm doing back-to-back Reno, 2 shows. Well, 4 shows. 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. June 14, June 15.
My birthday.
I'm doing Alamo Gordo, New Mexico on July 6th. And Comedy Happy Hour July 18th. And then what's after July? August. I just added a new date. I think it's August 6th or something like that in Eagle Pass. So it's called Aaron Suarez. This is not a comedy tour. So, you know, Laredo, Austin, Addison, New Braunfels, Pasadena, Austin. Oh, I already said that. Amarillo, Louisiana, Mandeville, Reno, Nevada, Alamogordo, New Mexico, and Eagle Pass. I'm coming.
And if you didn't really pay attention, just check the show notes. They'll be there, and there's flyers, digital flyers,
and you can follow. You can follow Laugh Laredo. Fuck you, dude. You can follow Laugh Laredo on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Laugh Laredo. Always make sure to check out our website. That's aliensontheborder.com. You guys look for us on Facebook at AOTB Cast. If you're watching this, you already fucking found it. Make sure to like the page and share with your friends. We still got shirts for sale if you guys are interested.
Can I have one for free?
Yeah, where's mine?
You cannot.
Where is
you know
yours?
What? I've got it. It's somewhere here.
Oh,
Can I have his?
No. You won't fit. So then so yeah, guys, thanks y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, stay tuned for some more shit. I don't know what else to say, so I'm just gonna play a song.
Oh wait, go like the mic drop on
Yes, the
Facebook.
mic
That's,
drop.
Yeah, check out the mic drop on
open mic.
Facebook.
I'm gonna be doing that with
and
this guy.
Stay tuned for the Laugh Laredo Comedy House coming soon.
Yep.
Peace.
Yeah.
I'm dying to take a piss, by the way.
Okay. Are we still live?
Shake your ass if you're trying to make it. Brown skin, baby, most hated all time. Yeah, like a bitch, so I'm getting faded. I work hard for my money and I make it all the time. I ain't fucking with these bitches, I can't take it. Cause I got an end game and I keep it on my mind. Yeah, keep it to yourself cause I don't play that. Don't be stupid cause you know we never show up on time. Hey, owe it to the culture, made a payment. All my people fucked around and made me famous prime time. Yeah, if it makes you happy, it's okay then. Switch sides, hope you never find the balls. That's a crime. Should've listened, should've got an education. But I didn't, now I gotta make a living. Fuck my life, tryna get up on your radio station. I'ma get it, I don't got another choice. Fuck the hype, do it big time. Earthly bitches wanna dance, and it's been a while since you had a break from your man. Got too much to lose, but this life don't come against you. Wanna cut loose, just to tag her on the gram. Oh shit, that's a bad one. Couldn't even take it if you had some. Oh shit, that's a bad one. Damn, baby, you could be the last one. Oh shit, that's a bad one. Couldn't even take it if you had some. Oh shit, that's a bad one. Damn, baby, you could be the last one. Shake your ass if you're tryna make it. Brown skin, baby, most hated all time. Yeah, life's a bitch, so I'm getting faded. I work hard for my money and I make it all the time. I ain't fucking with these bitches, I can't take it. Cause I got an end game and I keep it on my mind. Yeah, keep it to yourself cause I don't play that. Don't be stupid cause you know we never show up on time. Ponte trabajar, ponte trabajar. Ponte trabajar, ponte trabajar, baby. Ponte trabajar, ponte trabajar. Ponte trabajar, ponte trabajar, baby. Ponte trabajar, ponte trabajar. Ponte trabajar, ponte trabajar, baby. Ponte trabajar, ponte trabajar. Ponte trabajar, ponte trabajar, baby. Do it big time. bitches wanna dance, and it's been a while since you had a break from your man. Got too much to lose, but the slot don't come against you. Wanna cut loose, just to tag her on the gram. Oh shit, that's a bad one. Couldn't even take it if you had some. Oh shit, that's a bad one. Damn, baby, you could be the last one.
Ponte trabajar, ponte trabajar. Ponte trabajar, baby. Ponte trabajar, ponte trabajar.